Hello, VOD people. We are here with a bracket, our final bracket in the March bracket season. All of them have been made by Ramsam, and our final one here, Ram said, before anyone, comes at me like they already did in the chat for so narcissistically putting a bracket together of my own videos. I did not. Ram did this. He messaged me. He said, the people have spoken, and they want a bracket of regular Pat videos. And then, based on our convo from yesterday during this live stream, he said, I updated the bracket so that all videos are included, save for Twitch content. So there are some play-ins now that use this drop-down feature. So I might want to play with it for a minute, get used to it. Yeah, so I checked that out beforehand. So I've seen this. So basically, and I talked about this with Regular GF. By the way, she's with us. Hi, Regular GF. Do you want to...
Hi!
Yeah, how was your day, by the way? I already asked you this offline. But
my day was good. It's good.
Egg says do impressions of each other.
Ooh.
You can't do an impression of me, and I can't do one of you.
Why not? Why can't I?
I mean, I can't really do your voice. I can maybe do some of your mannerisms, but
What?
and they can't see you, so I feel like it's not an equal balance, We'll save that for another time, I think, Egg. Maybe when she's in person again. I think that'd be ideal. We got Enemy Assault playing from FF10 here. We have the FF10 soundtrack on.
Actually, can you stream the music to me?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll get that set up right now.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Regular GF, have you seen all of my videos?
And
I won't be offended if you haven't.
I want to say most likely yes. It's probably like the little meme ones from the beginning that I probably either don't really remember or but
yeah, that's entirely fair.
I went through the backlog. I went through it.
Yeah, for sure.
I did my job.
I think some of these videos I feel like I haven't even seen, so it'll be interesting to go through all these. A real walk down memory lane. So I guess what we'll do, Anatrius, thank you for the 5 months. Oh, nice. I also have a Kingdom Key keychain. I think it's sitting on my desk. Here you go. Look at that. Twins. Do you have any Keyblade merchandise of any kind, babe?
I do. I have a keychain.
Oh, yeah, you have
my
the,
keys.
But you also have from what's up, Ruthie? You have the thing from college, don't you? From your
Yes, I was in.
Oh yeah, and get this because I know which one it is.
Huh?
Because which Keyblade it is.
No.
Go ahead, tell the story.
Stop.
Tell the story.
My very dear friend was in. I was in a service fraternity, is I guess what I'll call it. So it was it was anyone could be in it. It didn't matter. Right. And it wasn't like a regular social frat or sorority. Mm-hmm. It was for community service.
Right.
And my dear friend was my little, and they made me a paddle, and they did some recon with my friend, and they tried to figure out what my favorite Keyblade was, and I said it was Lionheart or whatever.
Lionheart. I just couldn't believe it when I saw it in person. I was like, why do you have the Leon Keyblade on the paddle thing?
Because I thought it was. I liked
you just think it's
how
neat.
Clean it looked. I thought it was crisp. I thought it was clean.
Yeah, clean.
It's fine.
As in like nothing going on that thing. Like it's devoid of
no.
Which one is that, by the way, babe? Which one is that? From 1 or 2?
That is the one from 2.
Okay, I was curious if you knew because I did not. I had no idea what it was from. So
yeah, no, it has the black handle.
Yeah.
So it's from 2.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So in terms of the bracket here, basically, I think what we'll do is I think I'll make the executive decision over because it seems like Rom always makes the sort of play-in one be the lower seed. So I think I'll pick which one it'll be. That'll be like a me decision, and then we can kind of talk out the matchup. I'm not sure if Frosty or if anybody wants to or anyone is able to run a poll. I'm not sure if it's just going to be me and Regular GF talk it out, or if we're going to have consensus from the chat, or we can just go through like a verbal or a typed sort of vote tally. But let's get into it because I think we're going to be here for a bit. There's a lot of videos to get through here.
Question.
How am I celebrating Vexen / Evan Day next Tuesday? Oh, because it's 4/4. Yeah, sorry. I think I'm gonna, skip the anniversary on the 1st, and I'll just celebrate Vexen / Evan Day on Tuesday. How do you feel about that? We'll just we'll talk about our favorite Evan and Vexen moments.
Pat,
Yeah.
Can you send Frosty the poll?
Oh, the
I mean, not the poll. I'm sorry.
yeah, I got
the
you.
spreadsheet.
Yeah, let me do that. Do you hear the music now, by the way?
Mhm.
Cool. All right, I will DM that to you on Discord, Frosty. Let me make
Frosty,
that
I'm
work.
on chat. I'm on it.
All
I'll
right.
keep up.
So in our first matchup here, we have ranking every boss in Cage 2 versus either Mickey Mouse gets his eyes checked or the Cage Dark Road alternate ending, which are both shit posts. I personally think the Mickey Mouse getting his eyes checked one is funnier and better than the Dark Road one. I think the Dark Road one is like one of my like lowest effort shit posts. So, have you seen both of those?
I've seen the Dark Road one. I think it's very funny.
Yeah.
But I don't recall the Mickey gets his eyes checked.
That's like where I splice all of Mickey's audio to be a conversation with me, and I'm like an eye doctor. It's like live action
Oh,
me.
yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I think I want to put that one in the bracket, but it doesn't really matter because I think you gotta put. I mean, this is my most viewed video of all time. By the way, it's seeded by views, Rom said. So the top seeds, all the 1 seeds, are the highest viewed videos. This is the most viewed video of all time on the channel. It's like 300,000 something. So I think you just put that through right quick.
I agree.
Okay. We can talk more in depth on some of these later when they're not blowouts. Yeah, where's the director's audio commentary track on the videos? Have you ever watched any of those, babe? With like a DVD with like commentary, like you're not actually like you're watching the movie, but you're also listening to the director's commentary or anything like that?
Ooh, I feel like I definitely have at least once, but I don't know what it would have been.
Yeah, I feel like I have too, but I don't remember. That was like a thing you would always get on the DVDs. Back when those were.
I remember. I love when there was bonuses to movies. That was always the best.
Yeah,
like give me the DVD games. With
some
bonuses.
Some of them had like menu games. Like I would play, like we had the little portable TV thing in my mom's car, and we would play. I think it was like Lion King 1.5 had like little mini games on it. You have to use like the shitty DVD player remote, or like the actual.
Where's
DVD
the
player.
Charm?
Yeah,
I want the Charm in my DVD.
Yeah, there's no. I want mini games on streaming services. You know. Uh-oh. Oh, never mind. I thought I deleted the bracket. Okay. We have Cage 2, 25 Things You Might Not Know versus the best rooms in each world. I think it's got to be the rooms one. I don't even remember making.
I was going to say the rooms one, too.
Yeah, even though that's the lower seed. And I think for any multi-part things, Rom is going to just fuse those together. Yeah, it's definitely the rooms one. I have fond memories of that because it was... like the first stuff I was making after, I think part 1 I made, I was still working at Social Security, and then part 2 I made after I quit, and I had like a sponsor for that second part as well. So I felt like
you, a sponsor.
Yeah, I felt like king of shit mountain, you know. I was just like, I had a NordVPN sponsor. I quit that bullshit ass job. 25 Things You Might Not Know About Cage 2. I feel like the facts aren't even that good. And
I think, I'll be honest with you,
yeah.
I think that video definitely was like you were just scraping
for
something to put something together, in my opinion.
No, I agree, because I think I pretty much say that. It's been quite a while since I've seen that one.
And it's Cage 2, so you definitely wanted clickbait.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You're a mess.
Well, I think it was. I remember saying in that it's my first video of 2020, and I think I was just like, let's hit the ground running with something that'll, you know. And this was before the channel even had like 500 subs, I think. So I was appealing to like 100 to 200 people at the time, and I felt like they just wanted to see a follow up because that was usually what people commented about back when I would really take each and every comment to heart instead of having to ignore some of them now. So. I'll put the rooms through. So in the 5 seed, we have how Disney Worlds contribute to the Kingdom Hearts story or don't, parts 1 and 2, versus it's either going to be the ABBA versus Envy ASMR or learning the alphabet with Kingdom Hearts. Gosh, those are both not great. I think I'll put the alphabet one in. I mean, I think the ASMR one is funnier, although it's hard for me to... We had to watch that during the shitpost thingy, so I think I'll put the alphabet one through, but it doesn't matter. I think this 5 seed here goes through. I feel like, especially the first part, got a lot of play. Like, I think it reached the outside audience a lot. I felt very satisfied with how it came out. Probably my best video of that year. I think it was last year, wasn't it? Does that seem right?
You're asking me? I don't know.
Yeah, it's all blends together. It's like I want to say it was 2022. I remember going on the Spaghetti podcast and talking about it, and they were very complimentary about it. So yeah, that's an easy one. I think most of these early ones we're not gonna have a ton to debate here.
Right.
So we'll put that through. Okay, we have ranking every opening versus either my trailer analysis or the Ruins of Hollow Bastion.
Oh, you have to put Ruins of Hollow Bastion, and Ruins of Hollow Bastion has to win.
That's the worst of the wraps, though.
What?
It is. I mean, objectively, I think they get better as they go. But I mean, that was. I did all on my own. That one. I took a beat from YouTube. The person who posted it said anyone can use it for free if they want. So it was a Hollow Bastion beat, and then it was just me and Audacity. Whereas the other two raps, I had David and or Fabio help me. See, Egg loves Sorcerer's Throne. I'm guessing that'll be on here too if Rom put Ruins of Hollow Bastion on here. I mean, to be honest, like I think the KH openings. I'm curious to see what people vote for here. People are voting for the rap.
Good, they should.
They should.
That's correct.
That's the corniest one though. Like they're all a little corny to a degree, but I think Ruins of Hollow Bastion, when you know that it's just like me alone doing that.
That's what I'm saying. That's really wholesome.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Did you ever pick something for the previous one we just did? Because it still looks blank to me.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of buggy. There
you go.
I guess I'll put the rap through if people. That's what people want. Like I don't really have any memories of the openings. Yeah, it won by like 5-6 votes.
Wow.
Yeah, I have more memories making the rap, and I remember the rap more than the openings ranking. I mean, I know people liked the openings one. I think that also got some extra, play with people outside the audience. But looks like it's gonna be the rap.
I think that video, not for your own fault, but I think the nature of openings, it can get a little stale because half of it is going to be mishmash of previous games. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Especially that early chunk of it, you have to talk through like the budget intros where it's like you're just recycling, like you said. A clip show. I am not doing an impression of me doing the rap in front of my girlfriend. I'd rather die. So there you go. We'll move the rap along. We have my 100 favorite Kingdom Hearts quotes with no context or exploration versus the BBS world rankings.
Or exploration?
Did I say exploration?
You did.
Oh, I meant explanation. If it was no exploration, it would have been all from KH2.
Right. Good
so
one.
Yeah, so from it's either that or the BBS world rankings, which I also have no memories of, but I know that I put in way more effort with that, so I would think that I should advance that one. Do you have any strong feelings about this? I don't know if I do.
I feel like out of the world rankings, BBS falls flat to me.
Really?
Only because it's BBS.
You're gonna say it falls flat?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm not because of you. It's always great content, but I mean, it's BBS.
No, I agree. I think the world rankings. I hate to say it, but I think they might get worse as they go. I think.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to completely make fun of you.
No, it's okay.
That wasn't my goal.
No, I know. I think I'd probably go. Yeah, I think the 1 rankings are the best, and then the 2 is behind it. And it's like, I think to a degree you're right. Like BBS, just not as fun to talk about as the mainline games.
I mean, it's going to be the same when you eventually do a BBS boss ranking.
Yeah, you're right.
Like it's
no one's going to like that as much
as the game.
Yeah, I think if it's a mainline game, it's just overall going to be more popular.
And the 100 quotes with no context is great.
Yeah, I think people enjoy the ordering of how I put them and how it kind of seems like the characters are talking to each other. All right, we got a big boy here. I've always long said this is my favorite video, but it's also from 2019, and I think I just need to pick a new favorite video because it's so old, It's got like does it even have the intro? Does it have like a jingle? I don't think it does. So it's an old video. This is like pre-1000. So yeah, it's definitely pre-1000. And it's going to go up against either reactions to Remind or Boo's Door. Yeah, I mean, Boo's Door is like 20 seconds, if that, and this is like a rambling sort of podcast format, but I'm just talking by myself about Remind. It doesn't matter which one goes through. I'll just put Boo's Door in. It's Evolution Emotion. I think it's one of my most well-written videos, even though it's an older one. I like to think that I've gotten better at writing and making videos. I think production, like quality-wise, it's not, pristine, but I think I kind of laid out a lot of like long-held opinions about the games in that video.
I like how you're moving it forward without me saying what I thought.
Oh well,
what if I wanted to stump for Boo's
if you
door?
put you put Boo's door through over Evolution of Motion, we'd have a fight. I think I'd be really upset. Hi Barty. I think, are we having fun? I think we're having fun.
Hey Barty people.
Hey Barty people, won't you listen to me? Splash, you're right. Like I think the thing with Evolution of Motion is like for the time it felt like a really complete package, but I'm not sure if it's. Like, I feel like if I were to do it now, it would have been longer and more in-depth, and I probably would have touched on games that aren't covered in... Like, I don't think I really talk about... Yeah, I skip Days and Coded, and I feel like I have the tools and, like, the know-how of how to kind of cover that now. So, it's not just that, though. Like Splash said, I think the actual physics of the game could have been touched on a bit more, but I feel like I lacked, and maybe still lack the vocabulary to talk about that, but... Okay, moving along to investigating an old KH1 myth versus Axel disassociates. Well,
I can't believe you were so clickbaity with investigating old KH1 myth.
I was gonna see if you were gonna bring that up.
Yeah, you were so clickbaity, and how did you not know that it wasn't a coconut?
No, you're thinking of you're thinking of the other one. You're thinking of you're thinking of the smallest, dumbest thing in KH1 that I never knew.
No.
But to your credit, I did get comments, more so on this one about, like, not getting to the point quick enough. Like, oh, wow, you stretched this to be 9 minutes. And I'll just have everybody know, and you can believe me or not, but when I make a video, I don't keep in mind, like, how long it's going to be, really. I just think I'm going to basically say everything that I want to say, and however long it is, that's how long it is. I was not like.
What video is this?
This is the one about Riku on Destiny Islands, and if you beat him, then he's supposedly harder. And
Sorry.
And no, to be honest though, like it's a short video. I think if I were, never mind. I was gonna say something rude. I think basically what I was gonna say is that I think most videos that you might find about somebody who's not wholly familiar with KH might be more in the vein of this, whereas I think Axel Disassociates is just kind of like a very tight and funny bit. I don't think this is like super indicative of the quality of my channel. Like, I don't think it's a bad video, but I also think it is pretty micro instead of the more macro stuff that we kind of cover typically. Sometimes we get a bit more granular, but looks like people want that to go through as well anyway, so yeah, I'm fine with that. All right, we have the gospel. Send this to a friend who's still posting Donald healing memes. That's a 2 seed. Going up against The Oceans Between or the Kingdom Hearts Yule Log. Okay, well, I would like to put... I'm actually a big fan of my own work. That is the Space Odyssey, the Gummy Ship essay. It's a shorter one.
Awkward. I wanted the Yule Log, but...
Ooh, sorry. I mean, we said I was going to get to make the executive decision. I like the Yule Log as well, though. But the Yule Log is like, anybody could put that together, I feel like anybody
No,
could
not
do that.
anybody. You're special.
Oh, thanks. But I'm just saying, like, if Keynote wanted to, he could have, put the Yule Log together. He probably could have done it better.
Right,
so.
I get that. I also like this video a lot. I mean, that's classic, you, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's, how it's classic me is in the way that I find a way to complain about KH2, even though it's, like, all about the gummy ships. Because I feel like that's also a vehicle for me to talk about how the design of the gummy routes is indicative of the broader gameplay. And that was kind of like the thesis of that whole essay. I think the title could have used some punching up. It's not... I think it's a little wordy. I think it's...
What year did... Wait.
I think this was 2021, the Space
No.
Odyssey.
I was thinking, what year did Space Odyssey come out? What?
That's what I'm saying. I think it was 21.
No. Like, isn't there a movie?
Oh, 2001: A Space Odyssey? That's what you're asking me?
Well, when did KH1 came out in 2002?
Oh, the game came out way after the movie. That movie's like from the 60s or 70s.
No, but I'm trying to make a joke. Like,
Oh,
you
2000.
could, you
Okay,
could have
okay.
named it
The
like
title is
2002: A Space
I
Odyssey.
got you. I got you. I think that would have been even more confusing. In fairness, I think people would.
Whatever.
No,
People
I
don't
get it.
understand creativity.
Why
these
does it keep
days.
disappearing? It keeps going away. I got you. I thought you meant like the year that it released. You're saying like the
No,
year
no,
in the
no. The
title.
year of the title.
Yeah, 2001: A Space Odyssey. So yeah, KH2, or rather KH1, came out in 2002.
I think
get
the
you.
title should have been Kingdom Hearts 2002:
Okay.
A Space Odyssey.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think maybe we should do a bracket of titles, or you can come up with alternate titles of my videos. All right, we're going to the next round, 1 versus 16. My former most viewed video, thankfully toppled by the boss rankings, is Did Sephiroth Just? That is the one where I'm fighting Sephiroth in KH1. He hits me, I quit immediately, and he teabags on me. Also, a dab ban next animate. Thank you for the follow. Sorry, I tried. That's going up against either the manga video or my April Fool's shitpost with Bio and Nova.
I think it has to be.
I think you
the
put
manga, and I think the manga wins.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't like this. I mean, not that I dislike the Sephiroth video. I think I just resent it for getting so many views when there's so much other more thoughtful stuff on the channel. At least I would like to think there is. I mean, I get why it does well because it's short and Sephiroth has a very broad appeal. Like even outside of Kingdom Hearts, like you're getting, you know, the Final Fantasy and the Smash Bros. People. Like Sephiroth is sort of iconic in that way. But the manga video, and you know, we kind of obviously in the chat in the stream, it has a big reputation. I was disappointed with it at the time after it came out because, and you know, I kind of set myself up for failure in a way. Like it doesn't have a very good thumbnail; it's just an auto thumbnail. And you know, it's long, and the manga is not something that a ton of people are interested in. But it has its niche fans. You know, I know Vok is not here today, but she would be yelling at the top of her lungs to put the manga video through. So
Here's vodka.
yeah, I think she's where is she? I don't know where she said she was. Hopefully she'll be here on Thursday for the Taylor Swift bracket.
Oh,
okay.
There's a T-Swift
sorry,
bracket?
not bracket. Blooket. I meant to say Blooket. Yeah, no.
I was gonna say what?
If she watches this back, she probably got excited because she thought that we were going to do a bracket of T-Swift songs. But I think she was actually running that. I think she said in the Ultima Club that she was doing some kind of bracket with T-Swift songs.
Oh.
Anyway, manga video. She would be yelling at you for even considering anything other. Yeah, for even spending that long on talking about the choice there. All right, so the 16 beats the 1. I'm happy with that. See, that's fun when it's seeded by views because it doesn't really indicate quality.
Right.
Okay. So the aforementioned smallest / dumbest detail in KH1 that I never noticed, which I don't know if you knew this. This is my most disliked video on the channel. It's not like
Of course, no, I did know that because that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's people are totally like in their feelings for no reason about it. But even then, it's
no
still
reason.
Okay. The reason is because
No, I'm kidding.
okay, because you know I get riled up about it.
Yes, I know.
Well, because people are like, you know, they call it like a clickbait video, but I don't really advertise anything that doesn't happen in the video. That was my problem with it. Like, I did not design this title with the idea that I was gonna draw people in unjustly. I mean, for the record, the lock-on video goes through. I think that's a given.
No.
Yeah, obviously.
No.
That's what everyone's voting for. 25 people over 3. Yeah.
What? Well,
Babe.
my vote was for the detail in Kingdom Hearts 1.
You don't like that at all.
Yes, I do. I think
No,
it's.
you don't.
I think
You didn't
it
even
was
know
a
which video we were
conversation
talking
piece.
about before. You didn't even know which one it was.
Yeah, but now I know.
Oh, come on. Are you serious?
I'm being serious.
You mean
yes.
that serious?
I am. Yes.
Barnabas
I am.
asks if I'm picking democracy over love. I guess I am. In this case.
Well, because I think I always. I mean, maybe this is not right of me, but
Okay.
I always think videos that cause a bit of discourse are always like that gives it a reason for being a thing.
It was discourse at my expense entirely. It wasn't like Twitter was lit aflame.
That's not my fault.
Wait, so it's fine if it's discourse, even if it's me getting dragged, as long as it's discourse.
That's fine.
No, that's ridiculous.
What?
That video. I mean, I legitimately like made it because I thought it'd be a funny thing to share. Like, I'm making fun of myself in that video. You know, for the record, the whole premise of the video, for those who don't know, is that the video is I'm talking about how I always thought on Destiny Islands when Sora wakes up and he goes ow when he's talking about his dream to Kairi. I didn't realize that she's bonking him on the head. It's very.
But didn't you say that people, like,
yeah, a bunch of people
the
learned.
Comments were like, oh, it's that's what I'm saying, discourse.
No, you're right. I mean, yeah, but I think the lock-on video I put a lot of effort into, and that was one of the first videos I made while we were dating, actually.
But,
I feel like
here's the thing: you also said that you spent way too much time on the lock-on video.
I did.
You said at the end. You said,
right.
This shouldn't have been this long.
You're right, but I said that because I was worried about how it would do, because I thought it was not interesting enough for people to make it to the end. But people seem to like. I mean, it blew out this video, the other one. So. Oh my God, Vodka.
Fine. I'll concede.
Vodka, we just put the manga video through. We just put it through. It was a 16 seed and it beat a 1 seed. So, yeah, I'm sorry, babe. We gotta put the lock-on video through. All right, we have ranking every KH1 world parts 1 and 2 versus, my thoughts on reminds. Or didn't we already have that as an option? Wasn't that an option earlier? Reactions to KH3 remind versus reactions and thoughts on KH3 reminds. So one of them has thoughts and one of them doesn't. Well, it doesn't matter. I guess we'll put the KH3 video through. This is actually interesting. The KH3 defense video, that's another video where at the time I was really proud of it, but I think if I could go back and change things and do, like, if I had the resources and the time to remake a video, I might do that one a bit better. I have a lot of nostalgia for the KH1 World one because that one didn't even feel like work. And I guess it wasn't at the time. That was before, that was even before the pandemic started when I did that video, I think. That's a 2019 video. That's like between the summer and winter of 2019. It's about the trailer. Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. We're putting the KH3 one through as the 12. And I really like the KH1.
Wait, why are you saying you're putting things through? I never gave it
No, babe, I'm picking the one that goes in the 12. I said I'm deciding.
Like, what?
No, we're still gonna talk through the 512, but when it comes to the drop down, I'm picking what goes in the drop down.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. What do you think? I mean, I think I'm going for the KH1 Worlds. I think that's much more. I just have fonder memories of that as a project, so. KH3 one, I do like the little graphics that they have with like the timeline, but they look kind of scuffed. I wish I could have made them look better.
I think ranking KH1 worlds is your bread and butter. Like it's KH1, you're ranking something, and it's
I'm in my element.
Worlds,
Yeah, you're right. That's my happy place. Okay. We have the KH2 Heartless and Nobody Compendium versus my game tier list or Sorcerer's Throne, which Egg of Dog says is the best rap song. I'm probably inclined to agree. I think it's definitely better than Ruins of Hollow Bastion, and it's definitely better than. I mean, I don't know if it's definitely better than Very Small Beat, but they're definitely higher up than the first one.
Now, see, the Nobody Compendium is my bedtime white noise.
Yeah, that's been on as you've drifted off to Slumberland.
Yes, Also, I just think, I don't know, it gets back to the whole idea of, like, for me, it's like usability. The usability
is huge, yeah. See, like, for me, like, as somebody making it, I had way more fun making the rap than the compendium. Not even because of the length, but because, like, I'm not going to use the compendium, like, because I made it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just put it in my notes. So it's criminal that the Hollow Bastion rap is going to go through and the best rap is going to die in pools here because it seems like you in the chat want to vote for the compendium, whereas I would totally put Sorcerer's Throne above the compendium.
It was close, 52%.
No, it wasn't, because Frosty put the... Frosty, can you not put the, the Unchosen drop-down thing in? Not that it's, like, a huge deal, but I think it splits the vote a bit. But... that's fine.
Let's get a re-roll of that, Frosty.
I guess it's tough, because if Frosty... No, it's alright. I don't need to run the poll again. Because the people who voted for the tier list may have voted for the compendium. So basically, Frosty, what we're doing is, like, we're not even really discussing, like, until I pick the drop-down, like, we're not running the poll, I guess. Like, we're not even gonna put votes toward the unchosen of the drop-down ones. It's like it's supposed to be a 1v1 instead of, like, a battle royale, I guess. But that's fine. It's not a huge deal. Alright, so we'll put the compendium through. People get a lot of use out of it. I respect that. even though I made that video in response to having a bad month. That was like one of the very few videos where I did not like have a good month like performance wise on YouTube in terms of like views and income. So I was like, I got to put out something that I know people are gonna watch, and so I'm a bit cynical about that one because it was like kind of view chasing in a way. But you know, sometimes you got to make the tough decisions.
Why would you admit that publicly?
Well, because I said it before. I've said that like
Oh.
you know, I was feeling insecure. I think it was like March of the. It was like right after I quit my job, and I was just like being very anxious about you know, how the views and the money was coming in. So I was like, and nowadays when that happens, I go, okay, whatever. Well, I have a Patreon now, so it's like I have a bit of a comfort, so I don't feel pressured to make things that I am not. Not that I didn't want to make it; I was always going to make it, but that like really hastened the process of me doing it.
Right.
So again, maybe it sounds like a bit, you know, a bit upsetting, but that's fine. Okay, we have a ship post here, or two ship posts met up here. We have how Kingdom Hearts characters would act in a pandemic versus casting fire on every monarch/authority figure.
I'm voting fire.
Really? I would go for the
Yes.
pandemic like 100%, and the chat is going for the monarchs as well. That's crazy to me.
I loved the part in the the Monarchs video saves itself with just the Mickey part, where you
'Cause I-
fire Mickey until your MP goes all the way down, and you stand on the save point to refill your MP, and then you go back.
No, yeah, it's a
I'm
good bit.
saying.
That's a good bit. I agree. I like the bit where it's Union Cross, and I just have like the PNGs in MS Paint, and I move the card of fire.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
But I actually like wrote a script for this one, like, and I thought it was, and it did really well too. Like it's a 6 compared to an 11 here. The
Yeah, but you know,
titles.
it was a time capsule.
No, you're right. But I think time capsules are good. What, you know, what is a world ranking of KH1 if not a time capsule in a way? You know.
Yeah, but KH1, that's not like a time in history.
No, you're right. You're right. This is more
Like the
reflective of like
pandemic
real
is going to
world
be
events.
a time in history.
Yeah. But is that a bad thing? That it's a time capsule? You're saying it's dated, like now you can't enjoy it as much.
I think eventually it will be dated. Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's
No, I
gonna go
mean-
over. This is the way that this works, right? It's
Yeah.
like something's relevant, it like slowly dips into unrelevant, and then all of a sudden it'll be like nostalgic, like
Yeah.
after so many years. So
You're
like
right.
it'll have its peak again, but like
Okay. All right.
what I'm
Well,
saying?
you in the chat want the Monarch one to go through. So
listen,
I'm
those
just,
monarchs deserve a little bit of fire, you know.
I've been a passenger in my own bracket for the past two rounds now. This is crazy.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right. We have the KH1 treasure and item guide versus either the Melody of Memory podcast sort of thing that I did with Kiwi or the BBS shitpost. We'll put the podcast through with Kiwi. I'm not nuts about like really any of these. Like I always enjoy getting to sit down and talk with Kiwi about something, but it's always very, you know, free form and you know, not super structured. I mean, we had like bullet points of things you wanted to hit on, but you know, compared to a scripted video, I tend to value that. But even this treasure guide,
It wasn't really scripted though. If that
the
makes
treasure
sense.
guide,
Yeah, like it was
Right.
scripted, but like
it's not.
you know,
It's not like, oh, I wrote it, but it's not like, oh, this is indicative of my writing in any way, you know. I mean, there are jokes in there. I think that's a comment that I get a lot on that video, is that they appreciated that, you know, it's not just like super dry, like there's jokes
Right.
spread throughout it. That was mostly just to keep me from going insane as I, you know, detailed how to get every single fucking chest in KH1, because the game does not help you with that, which is part of the charm, I think. I know it's very useful to people. Like it's definitely, I would put it through. But
I honestly, I mean, I like you and Kiwi's banter.
oh yeah, I mean, my banter with Kiwi is top tier. I think. Like I don't think it gets any better in terms of like. No offense to you, but I mean, I have known Kiwi since you know, my freshman to sophomore year of college, so we tend to have like a pretty good rapport on you know, when we're talking. A rapport? Is it rapport?
Yeah. Did you say rapper?
Yeah, I said rapper.
No, you did
'cause
not.
I visualized
Oh
the
my
word
gosh.
in my head, and
That's a rapport.
no, you're right. You're right.
I can't with this.
It's spelled RAPPORT, and every time I see it, I want to say rapport, but it's
No.
rapport. Well,
So
again,
you're gonna say, "Wow, that was some wow."
again,
I think
it's
that little
you there?
note right there is elevated our rapport immensely.
You're
my
100%
opinion.
correct. When were you there on the Sly stream when I said Toph instead of Toph? I've been having these senior moments lately.
Wow.
Yeah, it was an
I don't know if I
accident.
was, but
Anyway, I
What
think we
is
have good
this
banter. Is the
question?
point? Kiwi has actually, did he text me back? I sent it to him. Barnabas did an excellent drawing of. He said he loves this. It's so fucking good. So yeah, Barnabas drew Zemnis with the flan, and it was really really something. Anyway, what was I saying before I made a silly grammatical error? Do you remember?
you were saying the treasure guide should go forward.
Yeah, I think that should be the move. Do you agree with that?
No, but that's okay.
Well, that's what the chat wanted. So now you're the passenger.
Yeah,
All right.
as I am.
We have What If KH1 released 10 years earlier versus Death, Disney, and Kingdom Hearts featuring Ava. I quite like both of these videos. I think I lean towards the 10 years earlier one, mostly because like I didn't even do half of that Death video, you know? Like, I'm, again, a passenger in my own video on the second half. Also, Rain13, thank you for the follow there. So, and I think the 10 years earlier thing is a really fun thought experiment. Again, I get to focus on KH1. Whereas the death thing, even that, I think I would go back and change a couple of things about how I discuss parts of it. I feel like my part of it is a lot more, like, informational than artistic. I wish I could have been a bit more... I wish I could have injected like more of my own interpretation into it. I think Aba kind of took that part for her own, which I was fine with. But I think the KH1 exercise, I am personally more of a fan of. The chat voted for the death one.
I can't even think of the 10 years earlier video. Like what that was your like so, thread.
It's the one where Enkino made a thumbnail of him, of Sora, dressed in like the grunge outfit. And it's like, so instead of 2002, the game comes out in 1992. And it's we're replacing all of the post 1992 movies with movies from earlier. So like the Jungle Book.
My opinion is the Death Disney one.
Okay. That's fine. I think they're both great.
I just think that, I don't know. I feel like that just hits more on what you do.
Yeah,
personally.
That's fair. That's fine. We'll put that through. Again, they're both great. Okay, we have the Kingdom Hearts things you might not know, all three parts put together there, versus my tier list or Xehanort's various blades. I think I'll put the blades in as our 15. And I think you gotta advance the 90 facts things. I think it's 90, then 25, and then 13, I think is the parts there. I mean, that is, you know, the 90 facts is the first Cage video that I did. So it really establishes everything. It's not the first one that got big. I mean, before the channel was at 1,000, it was like my most popular video, I think. But then the KH1 boss ranking was like the big one. You know, up against either of these, I think it has to be that one. Do you agree with that?
Yes, but I do think the blades is funny.
Okay, I was like, but were you really considering that? Well, seven people. Yeah, 7 people really enjoyed the knee blade. All right, we'll put that through. We have the aforementioned KH1 boss rankings versus either Sword and Phil's Honest Conversation or Family Feud. I'll put the Family Feud in. This is a shame because I love the Family Feud so much.
Why?
And that was my submission for March Caprice last year. We had so many fun guests, so much good banter on there. But, you know, the KH1 boss ranking is really what gave me the life that I had. I don't think I would have, you know, met you if I didn't do that video. So that's like, it's huge, you know? I have a lot to credit to that video, whereas I don't think Family Feud has changed my life in a meaningful way. Not to say that I didn't enjoy it, making it or you know, hosting it, but you know, the KH1 boss ranking is like mythological for me in that way. So
that's also your bread and butter.
Yeah, again, I get to talk about, you know, my favorite game and get to rank stuff. What is this poll? Frosty, are you confused by the discrepancy in the votes? 7 people want the Family Feud, but And it's very fun. Like, I had a lot of fun. PJ did such good graphics for it, like the whole stage and the podium stuff and the screen. That was all PJ. And the guests were so fun. But I wish this was up against something else. Like, if this was up against the Treasure Guide, I would have put Family Feud through in a heartbeat. Or either of these ship posts up here at 6 or 11. So it'll be the boss rankings. That's kind of an early favorite, I think. Okay. We have I think this was my next video on the channel, is KH1 overshadowed by KH2 or the KH4 World Watch? Which I think is only 3 parts, unless we're counting Buffoon's Disney TV one from March Caprice. But I only did 3 episodes. I did the live action, the Pixar, and the Disney canon. I think the World Watch, for me... What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
About the pair up or the World Watch?
The World Watch, because I was going to kind of go into my whole spiel about that.
Yeah, I mean, from the jump, I want to say I want to move the Overshadowed first.
I do too, I think.
But my opinions on the World Watch is, like, I do respect that you took that on as a project, right? That's a big undertaking.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I feel like you were going off of one trailer. Like, I think
Oh, you mean like the KH4 trailer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, so you're saying the way that I view their likeliness, you think is tied too much to the trailer?
I think it would have been better to wait to do these.
But see, if I wait, then I might get information that like removes a lot of speculation.
Right, I get why.
If a KH4 trailer drops tomorrow when I haven't done any of these videos yet, then I think we have fewer things to like speculate about. And maybe that's better, because then it's like I get, I can kind of narrow the focus a bit. And like the live action one took me so long, and I put so many movies on there that had no chance, and it was kind of silly. Somebody said that it was... No, I'm not getting defensive. I'm just saying my perspective on my creative process with it. So,
I mean, I think I don't know. Like, I still like them. I thought they were very helpful and informational, and I appreciated having the I can't think of the word right now. You collected data. Like, I always,
I was gonna say,
I'm a huge proponent of data.
Yeah.
So like,
No, I think having the audience interaction and like getting to see what people think was kind of the appeal of it to me. I was really more interested in like seeing, like, getting the pulse of the people and relaying that information back to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So somebody said that they're one of the most underappreciated things. Like, my problem with it is that they just did not perform as well as I hoped or wanted them to, or thought they would. The thing with this this KH1 versus 2 video, it is super foundational to the regular Pat mantras, but like, it's not I don't know if it's very well made. Like, it's one of those old Movie Maker videos, and like, I don't even have like, you go back and watch that video, there's no like background music. Like, it's just the noises of the game, but I lower it. Like, I don't even know how to do what I do now.
How did you do that?
I don't know. I think it was because like Movie Maker, you couldn't have multiple audio tracks. So if you wanted to, like, you couldn't get rid of the audio if it had it. You could lower it, I think. You could mute it, but I wanted some audio. So I had the audio of the game. But if you wanted to have a music track as well, you would have to export it and then put it back into Movie Maker and then re-export it with the music track underneath it, which was just, I didn't want to do it. So it's not super well made, but I guess we'll put that through. I guess you and I agree, but the chat wanted World Watch.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, I had a question from a few minutes ago from CK. Will there be more World Watch videos as we start to see more of the actual game and reflect on what actually gets into KH4? Yeah, I was thinking maybe... I don't know, I would like to... Because the part 4 was going to be the Returning Worlds. That's the survey that's currently out. Like, it's still open right now. But I don't really see myself like talking about like the Fox properties that Disney bought. Like, it just doesn't seem like a good use of my time, especially given that the third part of the World Watch, they do progressively worse in terms of views. But I do think it would be cool to like at least go back in a video and compare all of the scores for everything, and then talk about the Returning Worlds and talk about any new information that we get about KH4, and analyze it all in that context. But
Well, I think the videos drop in views not because of you. Well, obviously
Yeah.
not because of you, but like it everything gets more granular, especially
Yeah.
because I think by the third one, the reason that's the third one is because those are the least likely just overall.
Yeah, but I kind of expected that one to pop off because, you know, we're talking MCU and Star Wars, and I thought that was so polarizing and such a like a hot button issue with people.
Mm,
And I thought the Pixar one is shorter. Like those, the live action and the Disney one are like 50 some minutes, and the Pixar one is like 20, 30.
mm.
So, but you know, we'll move off of this one. We've spent a lot of time on that. We have giving a Keyblade to every Smash character versus the board game video, or discussing Sora's chances for Smash plus reacting to Minecraft Steve reveal. That's like the worst video on the channel. So I think I put the board game video in, and I'm inclined to put that ahead of the Keyblade for the Smash
What?
characters. Really,
Hi.
babe? Come on. Why are you trying to vote for all these low effort videos over the ones that I put a lot of time into?
Because I mean,
Like, should I
think
just stop writing scripts? And like, I was
No.
crawling around on my fucking carpet with this board game after my long shift at Social Security, getting no sleep to make this. You know,
I
this is way more fun, Splash. This is way more fun than
finish a sentence.
I'm talking to Splash, not you. Go ahead.
I forget what I was gonna say now.
You're gonna defend the Keyblade for Smash characters?
I just well
Which
you
is a
said
512.
you said low effort.
Yeah.
I always think, you know, not that low effort is good, but I think there's a charm to low effort.
I mean, in terms of the low effort videos, it's a higher effort low effort video. You know, I sat down with people and I paired every character up with a Keyblade. Like, it wasn't something I put together in an hour. Like, it took a few hours. You know.
I just
No, I agree,
don't
Splash.
think-
I agree. I just think from the creator perspective, I like value the stuff that I pour a lot of time into more than, you know, the shorter ones. But sometimes the shorter things are better than the longer things. It happens, you know. Sometimes a shorter video is more concise, and it's, you know, you get to the point quicker and people find it more appealing. But the board game.
I just think I
Go
mean,
ahead.
what is Kingdom Hearts but a crossover?
I know. No,
And
I hear you.
the Keyblade Smash is another crossover. I just think
You're right.
I don't know.
It's a double
I think
crossover.
it's fun. I think it's funky fresh.
Hmm.
I think you pulled in people that didn't watch your stuff before.
Maybe.
So it was a hot button topic, and
Yeah.
like and
It was relevant.
you know, yeah, exactly.
I respect that. I get that. It is funky fresh. But the chat and I voted for the board games, though it was a close vote. So I'm putting the board game through because
I do
had
think
a,
the board game video is fun.
yeah, I think anytime I get to do a little bit of like live action stuff, it's kind of, it breaks the monotony a bit. I was recording a lot on my phone and like you know, getting angles of the board and, like I said, crawling around on the floor, moving pieces around.
Right.
And that was maybe the second to last video I made before I quit my day job. So
Hmm.
a little bit of nostalgia there. All right, we have the debunking the myths video in a 4 and versus discussing the Nomura KH4 interview or the ranking all 151 Pokemon. I think I'll put the Pokemon one in the 13 slot. That's the very first video on the channel. You know, it's pretty obscure, even despite that milestone sort of fact. I think the myth video is one of the probably the most informative thing I've made in terms of like community outreach. You know, I think it does good for the people, you know, in the broader KH community that gets shared around, and we're putting a stop to the BS that gets spread. You know, that's my initial reaction to this matchup. Have you seen the Pokemon video? Like, I would not blame you if you've never seen that one. Okay. I don't remember a
I
ton about it.
mean, what one do you want to put forward?
I'm going for the myths video.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say the same.
And that was really fun because I got to have all my friends do voiceover parts. You actually had a bit at the end. You're in this
I
video.
did.
It's the only one on the bracket that you're in, so we gotta vote for that one.
I forgot I did that.
Yeah, yeah. You talk about the Chewy stuff, right? About the world ends
I'm
with you.
so knowledgeable on Twue.
Yeah, well, the whole thing was like I realized that I was short a person to read a quote, and I thought it'd be cute to have you because it was the last one. So I thought, well, you have a mic, you know, you can do it. Well, you used your phone, didn't you? So whatever, it worked. It was good. You sound better in that video than a lot of people with microphones do. So.
Wow, that was my iPhone microphone.
Yeah. There you go, baby. All right, we'll put that through. That was a blowout in the chat. I do remember having like some fun jokes in the Pokemon video, though. I don't think it's like a bad video. It was made in Movie Maker with PNGs of the Pokemon on a white background and paint, so it was very, very low effort as well. But the script was not. I spent a lot. That was actually, I started writing that Pokemon script like 2 years before I made that video. Like I would occasionally work on that in the writing center with Kiwi sometimes.
Right. So. And the thing is too, is like the first gen isn't even your favorite gen.
That's true. Yeah, my favorite gen is Gen 3. So,
yeah, I want to see you ranking all, whatever many Gen 3 Pokemon.
I'm actually not sure how many there are in Hoenn, but and yeah, Otto was in that Myths video in the background, helping me with a lot of information, especially about the Nomura drunk during coded one. So, okay, not enough trumpets, Logic. I guess so, Frosty. Unless you got to run, like I don't blame you. Like I don't want to keep you, enslaved to the poll here. Okay, we have the Chain of Memories essay. The Calm is underrated versus Sora. What if Sora died from the crocodile? I feel like these are kind of both pretty popular with the general audience. I like them both a good bit. I got to be very creative with the Sora crocodile one. The Calm one won in the poll here.
Oh, interesting.
I feel like a lot of people found the channel through the Calm video. I feel like I hear that a lot.
It is a hot take.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because I hate Calm.
You hate it? I don't think I knew
I'm just not good at it.
Well, yeah, you don't like playing it. Yeah. I guess go ahead.
I don't know. Like I mean, if you ask me my top 5 Kingdom Hearts games, I'm putting Melmem as like number 4. So like
yeah.
Like I'm sorry, number 5. So like I'm crazy for that. Like I have weird, like I don't like challenge.
What's your order? Like, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2.
1, 3, 2 BB. Melmem.
I feel like you like Melmem more than BBS, and you just don't want to have it that high because it looks it's suspicious.
I mean.
Do you like BBS more than Melmem, really?
I mean, I've definitely invested more brain space into Melmem. I'm pretty good at Melmem.
Yeah, you are. I've played with you.
But I think BBS can be like. I think everyone gets on KH1 for being clunky, but I think BBS is more clunky than KH1.
Interesting. So it sounds to me like you like Melmem more than BBS.
I mean, probably. But, like, Melmem doesn't have a story. Like, it has, like, the story at the end, which is good, but, like, I gotta be realistic here. Like, gameplay-wise, of course, I like Melmem better, but, for story significance and, like, things like that, it's gotta be BBS. Yeah. But I think I just don't like the commands, and I just can't be bothered with all of that. Like, I don't, like, I was thinking about it, because I know you're playing through it. Like, I'm platinuming it right now. Right. But I was like, I don't think I've ever delinked because I forget that that's a thing because I don't care about it.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I mean? Like, there's too much fluff with BBS, to me.
There for sure is. There's so much fluff that you have to do it 3 times to get the platinum. So, what do you think with this one? I'm actually not sure. I like both of these. I feel like I have fonder memories of the crocodile one. Yeah, me too, I think.
Because I think that's a more fun exercise.
Yeah, people beg me to do a follow-up to that, and I don't know if I will, but I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I got to be more creative for that. I got to talk to people and get their perspective on how things would work out. The chat voted for Calm, but I think I want to advance the crocodile one. It's a shame that the Calm one dies in the first round, though, because I think it's one of the better ones. Okay. We have the KH1 Heartless Compendium versus Every Time Sora's Chains Jangle or What's Going On by Nori Kurosa. I would like to put the Nori Kurosa song. And as much as I love that, though, I do think I have to put the Compendium through. I put a lot of time into that one. Not as much as the KH2 one. KH2 one's longer, but this was another one that I did right after the channel's sort of boost from the boss ranking. So I have fond memories of making that one. Like, I had fun making this compendium, and I didn't really for the KH2 one. The song does bang, though.
Yeah,
So,
I always think the compendiums are going to be
What
Yeah.
is this
pretty
question?
high up
I
for you know. I like that. This is what I like about you and your content is you find a way to weave information and helpful information in a concise yet enjoyable way.
Oh.
Like, because there are some people that just like they make information concise, but it puts me like I get bored.
Yeah.
But, like the way that the angle you take it is fun, creative, and it's engaging.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Aw.
So, so I like the compendium, like sure, like you could have
Yeah.
sat there and just like read off where they were and it was that, but also
Yeah.
I appreciated the graphics and stuff too in the compendiums.
I
With
mean,
the world icons and
Right.
putting up whatever world
stats
they
and
were
stuff,
in
yeah.
and
Yeah, again, the graphic like editing stuff has never been my strongest suit, but I tried to like put a little bit more effort into those, so they were at least kind of interesting to put together in that respect. Well, thank you for saying all that, babe. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Skynia asks, was the Com novel video you talked about on Twitter your next vid? Yeah, it's the next thing that's going to come out. I would like to get it out this week, but I was kind of set back because I had to get a lot of footage yesterday that I thought I had but didn't. So I would like to see it out before the end of the week, though. We'll see. Okay, we have POV. SDG are fighting Heartless outside. That's the one with Kyrie in a small house under the table. Versus the battle bracket with Kiwi. I would put the battle bracket through. And I'm curious to see what you're going to say because you've stumped for both, low effort but fun little things, but also banter with Kiwi. So which one's going to win out for you here?
I mean, I do love the Kyrie video.
I think it's funny.
I think it's really dumb how
Yeah,
she's
it's
just
very
under
dumb.
the table, and I like the little detail with the little flickering lights in the window.
Yeah, I put some extra effort in for the visual effects. Speaking of on that one.
Yeah, I just think it's cute and funny, but I think I'm gonna go battle bracket.
Yeah, I think again, and as well as the discourse, that's another aspect of the Kiwi video is that people were popping off in the comments about our bad decisions, or really my bad decisions. Kiwi was just like a spectator for that. So yeah, we'll put that one through. Okay, we have Trump and Biden argue about KH2 versus 3. This is a recent addition because Rom went around and changed stuff, I think, yesterday. So it's that versus either KH, but it's every time someone falls over, or me and my dad playing KH1. Well, I think I have to put that in the 15. And then, I mean, for me personally, like, I have fonder memories of sitting down and playing the game with my dad.
I want the dad on the go through.
Yeah, I know that.
I love the regular dad video.
Yeah, and you've gotten to meet regular dad, so you
Oh
know
my
that
God,
he's
he's
like
a
that in
hoot.
person. Like, is he not just like that in person?
No, he
Like,
is such a hoot. Like,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. So, I think the chat is actually voting for regular dad. I thought the chat would be overwhelmingly for the Trump Biden one.
Your regular dad video do so much better. I think it could have done so much better, but
Yeah.
I think you also released it when you were still relatively like smaller. Like it was post boss ranking, but
It was, yeah. It was a month or two after I quit my job, so it was like March or April. I think it was like right before or right after March Caprice won. But I feel like it's a genre that's explored a lot already on YouTube, where it's like, I'm gonna have my parent or my girlfriend or whatever play this game that they don't know. So it's something that people see and are probably tired of, but I just wanted to do it because I think my dad is fun and funny. So yeah, I don't know. The chat, I guess we're all in agreement that that's going to go through. I think the Trump Biden one is another one where like it leaves my outside audience. It has so many views, but it's not because like maybe all of my subscribers watched it, but that's, I have 40,000 subscribers and that video has like 200,000 views, so it's like so out there and reaching people that I, don't even particularly want to reach because a bunch of them are like, yo, Trump's spitting as usual. So, which video has way better comments? I don't think there's any video on the channel that has better comments than my dad playing KH1. So
yeah,
that's like the
he's
most.
checking them.
Yeah, because he's
viewing them.
checking the list. Yeah, reading them twice, everything. So, move that along. Okay. Oh, this is a 1 seed. Watching all of the Disney cheapquels versus either KH, but nobody knows what's going on, or That Is the Way. I'll put that as the way in. Yeah, no, it's obviously the cheap calls. That's one of my favorite videos that I've ever done.
I do like That Is the Way though.
I do like that too. I like it. Yeah, that's the way. Yeah. I also like the Nobody Knows What's Going On one, but I think I would put That As the Way above it.
What's going on?
What's going on? I can play a drop right now.
What's going on?
But yeah, the chequels, you know, and that the sequel to the chequels is technically in production, although I haven't watched any in a bit because I kind of got sidetracked by the Days video and then this new thing that I'm doing with the comm novel. But I feel like that was like a bit of an ego boost for me, because as I was making it, I was like, oh, I feel like I'm a very boring person. Like, I've seen people do videos like this. Yeah, no, I was like, oh, this is not going to be interesting to anybody. Like, people are going to be so bored of this. So that's why I went so crazy with the edits, because I thought what I was saying was like not particularly interesting or funny.
That's crazy to me.
No, because I was like, oh, I'm spending so much time talking about this movie that probably nobody cares about. And you know,
I think that's what's fun about it is you make while you're like intoxicated too. Like,
true, that helps.
I love when you make Mountain Out of Molehills, but like you're intoxicated because you're so passionate about like the dumbest thing.
Yeah, like Max being a bad son. Yeah, or singing singing about the Little Mermaid song. I want to see the.
Oh yeah, speaking of this video, I have a bone to pick with you about the
hot poet dog. Yeah, I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. What do you want to ask me something?
Explain yourself?
No, there's nothing to explain. I just hinted at the fact that maybe the poet dog, if I were, you know, I have one pass, you know? That's my one animated
You're gonna animal. Waste your one pass.
I don't know.
On that?
Well, show me another one. I don't know. You want to have a bracket of you know, hot cartoon characters? We can do that.
Maybe
that sounds like an awful idea. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's like a Patreon exclusive. So.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, wouldn't it be great if our relationship just deteriorated over the Hot Poet Dog live on stream?
It might. Yeah. It might.
Listen, we have a lot of bracket to get through still, so. Okay. All right. We have the Recom card compendium versus the top 10 scenes video. For me, it's the scenes video, even though I don't have super strong memories of either of these. I think the card compendium, which I'm shocked that even is higher than the top 10 scenes. That's crazy to me. Rom, are you sure? Like, that's nuts. Also, hi, Andrew. I know you've been here for a bit, but I never said hi, so hello. I don't know, like, how is a comm card compendium better than something that encompasses the entire series? And it's a top 10, you know? Why do people like the compendium so much? I guess that's my question. Like,
people go back to it for information. I know I do.
I guess
because I actually liked it because I don't like reading. So if I can ingest information in a video format, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I guess I kind of underplay the utility of them. Like when I'm making them, like I guess the idea is that people will come back and use it, but I guess like as I'm scripting it, like I'm more so building it as something that you watch one time to learn about stuff, even if you're not currently playing the game. Because I always do that. Like I'll watch videos about games that I haven't played in years. That like covers like the gameplay side of things and less so about like the story or like the artistry, because I'm like weird and like I just like having it on in the background, even if it's like it's like, oh, I'm gonna rank all of the dungeons from Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Like I haven't played Wind Waker in like 10 years, but I'll still watch the video. I guess that's different because it's like an objective thing and not so much a like a guide in a way. So but the top 10 scenes one, that's what I would put through. So.
But here's the thing: is it your top 10 or is it right? Like it's your top 10.
Yeah, these are the 10 scenes that I like the best in KH.
No, I don't like that it says the top 10.
Is that? I think that's what I called it. Like you're saying, I should have called it my top 10 scenes.
Yeah.
You're right. I should have called it that. I don't know why I called it the top 10. That seems
clickbait.
Off for me.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, yeah. It's been decided by the council, like of like robed figures. These are the top 10 scenes. It's been decided. Do you know what my favorite scene is?
Because
people in the chat know for sure.
No, I don't know what it's called, but
Can you describe to me what happens?
The Lee
yeah, you got it.
Isa one with Ventus.
You got it. It's called Memorized.
Oh, right.
Okay, we'll put that through. You agree with that, right? You wanted to put that through? I mean, actually, it actually doesn't matter what you say on this one because the chat agrees with me.
Oh, well, I guess
Yeah.
I guess I just won't give my opinion.
No, I mean, do you have fond memories of this card compendium?
I do actually.
Did you pop off at the bio cameo for the bio ability?
Yeah.
So like
Duh.
that's like all I remember about the video is that I had bio do a line. Okay. We have the Hot Takes tournament versus the aforementioned game versus novel for KH1. And maybe this is bad form considering I am doing a sequel to this 12 seed here right now. But I think you got to put the Hot Takes tournament through. If we're talking
I don't know, I was
discourse,
gonna say the game versus novel.
really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did
I
people?
mean,
I think it's so boring. I think this next video I'm making is not that exciting. Like it's more so a clinical observation of the differences and less so like me really trying to put on a show.
but I think that it hit more people than I would have thought. But I think that's interesting though, because
Yeah.
it's like you're taking literature and you're taking media, right? Like,
Yeah. This is so funny. Andrew says I have no gauge for what's boring, and maybe he's right because like it seems to me that everything I find
I mean,
boring
you're
that
always
I
gonna
make,
find yourself boring because you're
Yeah.
the one thinking about it all the time. You know
right?
what I'm saying?
I'm constantly spending time with it. Yeah. I mean, there's some things that I don't think are boring at all. Like I don't think I think I keep it pretty brisk and moving for like the boss rankings, stuff like that. The raps
No,
are
I
obviously
have a
not
soft
boring.
spot for the game versus novel.
Okay, so
Not that I think the
won.
hot take tournament's bad, but
Yeah. I
I
guess that's going
like
through.
I think what the thing is with the hot takes tournament is
It's long.
it's long, but the other thing is too is like I think it's very your audience centric because you're pulling from your audience.
Which I
that
tend to
make
like.
sense?
I tend to like when I interact with the audience. That's kind of why I
No,
had it in
no,
higher.
I'm not saying that that's bad. I'm
Yeah.
saying like that is not gonna reach people beyond your audience because it's it's jokes or it's ideas that stem from stream in a way.
That's so
Does that
funny
make
'cause,
sense?
I get what you mean. I totally get that perspective. What's funny to me is I thought it reached outside my audience. I mean, it's a 5 seed. I think it's got. I mean, how many views does it have? I thought that maybe this reached more people than it usually does that aren't really in my typical audience because they I think Hot Takes really draws people in. Like it has 87,000. That tends to that's a little bit higher than my average, I would say. So I don't know, but that's fun. It's interesting to see that the chat also prefers the game versus novel because I thought like there's no way this makes it out of pools here. So
Because like I said, I think it's just an interesting thing because I'm certainly never going to read the novel.
right, yeah, I guess
But
that's the thing. Yeah,
but I think what you point out, like, and you're very thorough.
yeah, too thorough, I think, in some of them.
No such thing.
No,
Um,
Julie the Human
but-
says they're not in my audience and they love Hot Takes. So sometimes,
Alright,
sometimes you get that perfect crossover of in the Venn diagram, not in the audience but loves Hot Takes. It can happen.
That's true.
But there you
That's
go.
True.
That's interesting. Splash said I was chuckling at this. This reminds me of when Paz going through menus in KH on stream and he goes, "Sorry if this is boring," as if people only showed up to see combat and cutscenes. That's how I feel. I feel like people just want to see me.
You undersell yourself.
See this now.
And
This
you were-
is no. Go ahead. Please say nice things about me. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm trapped. I think you undersell how entertaining you are
I
as
just
an
don't.
individual.
All right. I mean, there's 70 something people watching us go through us talking about my own videos. So I guess there has to be some truth to that, right? But I tend to think like people put the Kingdom Hearts before the me. But maybe
I don't
have
think
to,
so.
Maybe I have
I
to
don't
sort
think
this
so.
out.
But like let me look at your videos. Hold on.
All right, as you pull that up, I just want to set up the next matchup here. Ranking every KH2 Worlds. KH2 World rankings versus either a look back at the strategy guide or my 626 subscriber special, which I do love. It makes me feel good because I've gone back and watched that because it makes me happy. But I will put the strategy guide video in the 13 seed. I love the strategy guide video. That's another one where I get to do like IRL stuff. I mean, the camera work is not great. I was filming on my iPhone 7 for that, as I was with the board game video. you know, I think it's probably the world rankings, but I feel like a bit of nostalgia just in general for the guide, but also the video about it. That was also a 2019, maybe early 2020 video. But I don't know. I feel like it's more memorable, and just because of how it's smaller than the KH2 world rankings. Anyway, you were looking something up.
No, I just wanted to see. I'm going back to our other one, our previous topic.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm not on to the next bracket.
Okay,
I'm not on
sorry.
to that yet. My brain isn't there yet.
I was just gonna get set up.
No, I'm just saying. I think you undersell you as a personality as opposed to a Kingdom Hearts person. Like that's why the Cheapable video went crazy, is because you have a decent personality, right? Like,
no, I don't think so. I mean, and again, I could just be being cynical about myself here, but I think that people click on that because people like seeing things ranked and tiered out. And like when someone does a big batch of something and it takes 2 hours, it's like a big mealtime sort of essay where you can just like sit down, or not essay, but video, where you sit down and like, you know, get comfy, get some snacks, and like, all right, I'm gonna watch this schmuck on YouTube rank these things from my childhood. Like, I think it could have been anybody else. Obviously the contents of the video would be different, but in terms of like the title, like I think the title and the thumbnail, like it really draws people in. I think on the massive scale, I think everybody here, you know, anybody who's, you know, tuning in live 2 or 3 times a week, is obviously going to be higher on me. Like, I don't think,
Julie, I see you. I can't get through a 2-hour-long video if the person is not charismatic.
No, that's a good point. Neither can I. I think I've sat through videos where the person's charisma is like a baseline, and then if someone is like deeply uncharismatic, I'll stop like very early. Like, I can usually decide if I'm going to watch a super long video like within the first 10 seconds based on how the person, you know, presents, you know, how they're delivering their information and their lines. Like, if I don't like the affect of their voice or their diction, like I stop. So that's true.
Well, this goes back to a point I made earlier. It's like you have a way of seamlessly pairing information with being entertaining. And I think
well, thanks.
With things like that, you lean to your entertainer side.
Yeah.
Because you know, you weren't relaying facts in the Cheapable video. Not that we're on the Cheapable video right now, but like, I guess I'm going back to that. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good example.
But like, you know, like you're not spitting facts.
Yeah.
You're spitting, want to see them blubbing. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, right. No, I mean, it's an interesting conversation. I think I still maintain to some degree that a lot of it has to do with how it's presented and it just kind of getting lucky in the algorithm. I mean, the people who stick around for sure stick around because like people who subscribe definitely are subscribing because they like me, you know? They're not going to subscribe if they don't care about me at all, I think. But in terms of like the viewer who just casually consumes it and doesn't subscribe or engage with the community in any way, I do think to a degree the actual content being covered, like the subject matter, might be more important than me. I never have viewed myself as, like, I'm always bewildered by anybody being willing to listen to me. That includes both you and the chat. So, and maybe that's a self-confidence thing that I have to work on. I don't know. To a degree, I have to be confident enough and believe in myself enough to do any of this. Mm-hmm. So I'm obviously more confident now than I was, you know, several years ago. But I guess I just place a lot of emphasis on what is, you know, what I'm talking about and not so much how I'm talking about it, I guess, if that makes sense. But
right, and I feel like that's core to you, is just, I don't know. That seems like very you to say.
Yeah, I guess so. We're getting deep on this one. This is like a psychoanalysis stream now.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. This is the good stuff. This is why we have you on, you know, because you're. I'm bearing my soul to the chat. I think they like this vulnerability.
Yeah, I mean, just like, I don't know. I just the vibe I get. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. It's all good.
Call me crazy.
No, it's all good.
But, I don't know.
Do you want to move on to this next one here? I think the chat voted for the strategy guide video. Maybe I will too. Are we gonna vote against KH2?
Here, wait, let me read it. I like
ranking KH2 worlds versus also hi KSM and Monty. Thank you for the year there. Thank you so much. I didn't call her crazy. She called herself crazy. Oh, they're voting on the next one.
No, I said call me crazy.
Right. Yeah, I won't do it. I will not. The next one's being voted on. But the 413 is what we have to decide right now.
413. Okay. So KH2 world ranking.
Mm-hmm.
Official strategy guide. Ooh, ooh.
I like the strategy guide video. I think
So do I.
it's kind of I mean it feels very homemade. I get
Mm-hmm.
to talk about like my childhood and like my real core memories with like this one of the first books that I remember reading, to be honest, because
Great.
it's not like I really remember reading like The Hungry Caterpillar or whatever, or like Dr. Seuss books, but I remember like putting this in my backpack and like reading it with my friends and looking at it like at lunch and recess. So like it was just like a
I
very
think that's really funny
nostalgic.
to imagine you at school being like, I'm gonna look through the King's
Yeah.
Run
Well, like,
strategy guide.
cause, and I know it's very dorky, but like in the video, I talk about like we didn't have like obviously the internet was a thing, but we didn't have like easy access to it. Like we were
Mhm.
young children, like we're like 6, 7, 8. So obviously nowadays kids are way more internet savvy than we were when we were their age. But the best way to show your friends like the games that you liked was to like bring them physical, like unless you're like going to go to their house, you're going to come to yours, like if you want to talk about it at school, you just bring the manual or the strategy
Yeah,
guide.
no,
Like we would all
I'm
do it
with
all the
you. I
time.
mean, I think the little booklets in games are sadly gone.
I know, I hate that. I'm thinking about doing a
Like
video about that in the KH context,
I can't think of what they're called right now, but
like
like
the manuals, like the instruction guides
I
or the
guess
manuals.
they're not even really manuals. I don't know. I don't know what you call them,
Yeah,
but they don't exist anymore. Like every time I open up a Switch game, I'm
yeah,
just
they're
like,
empty.
I want a booklet.
You
I
get to
want a
see
little
the
thick.
other side of the case when you open the Switch
Yeah,
game.
like
It's so
come
sad.
on.
Yeah.
Um, but to get back to this, I think I like the strategy guide,
Yeah. It's a
but
shame, like, it's so weird because I feel like these really long, like the ranking and the boss ranking videos, like they're not always just about that. Like I feel like they're super informative of like how I feel about the entire game or
mhm.
series. But because like the title is just like, and it's two big parts, like these are big honking videos. They're like 50 to an hour, whereas the strategy guide is like, I want to say it's like 13 to 14 minutes.
Mhm.
So obviously I think it's going to stand out more. Like there are just like, there are sections of the world ranking videos that I think might really stand out to people, but in terms of an entire project, maybe not so much. So we'll put the strategy guide video through. I'm fine with that. I have fond memories of it. I saw, so the next poll was already run. That is the 6 ranking every day and days versus the top 10 songs missing from Melmem. I have to put the days video through. I mean, it's my longest scripted video
Mhm.
by a wide margin. It's 2.5 hours, and length of a video does not again always correlate to quality. But I like to think that I put my best foot forward and really hunkered down on this one. This one was a nightmare to edit. You remember, I basically finished this and then I drove down to see you and did not get a ton of sleep. That was
Mhm.
a rough 24-hour cycle. But the Melmem video it is pretty filler to me. Like I have no doubt that I tried my best on it and I meant what I said in it, but I just think in terms of like the caliber of the project, I feel like anybody could have done. I feel like it takes a very specific breed of insanity to rank every day. Like that's nuts. That's crazy that I
Yeah,
did
you are
that.
pretty
That's
crazy for that.
bonkers. What an undertaking. So we agree on that. Is this a
Oh
three
yeah.
for three? We all agree. Okay. We have the most recent boss ranking, KH3, versus the 14, which is either a very small beat or ranking the KH ships. This is a shame that neither of these are guaranteed to be in the bracket. I mean, I like the Monstro rap more than the ships video, personally.
Oh, I like the ships video.
Yeah, you don't like the raps, which is fine, because they're a little cringe. But the ships
I
video
mean, I
is the
wasn't gonna
biggest.
say
No,
it.
no. I listen. I know what everyone's thinking. It's fine. I mean, I just had so much fun working with David and Fabio on the rap. That was like
I
a
mean,
collaborative project.
here's the thing. Very
Yeah.
like what's the word?
Andrew, have you
Unassuming.
listened to a very small beat? Go ahead. Very unassuming.
Yeah, like
Mm.
I mean, not gonna lie, like you do kind of spit fire, but like
Yeah.
you know,
Do I
I
have the
wouldn't
best
say it's
delivery? No. But I think there's
no.
some good lines in there. I think
Yeah, and you wrote all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the appeal to me of the raps is like getting to write clever little puns or jokes or double entendres about Kingdom Hearts. Like I think that's the most fun part. Musically, I need other people's help to make it presentable because I can't do it on my own. But I don't think the flow is atrocious. I think delivery wise, I'm a little flat if I'm being honest. So, you know, I don't have choruses. They're just like ciphers, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter because the KH3 boss ranking is another big undertaking that I'm, you know, personally... Oh, well, ships... Wait, the ships video beat the KH3? That wasn't even what I put in the 14. Can we rerun this
originally. It was
No,
originally.
no, I had this, and then you said it, and I put it there to entertain the idea,
No, I
and
said
I put it back.
I wanted the ships video.
Yeah, but I get to pick what goes in the fill-in.
Ugh, you have no taste. Well,
No,
the ships video wins.
Well, that won the poll, but it wasn't even one of the
I
options.
was gonna vote for if
I did
I'm
waffle.
going boss ranking or if I'm going cage ships. I'm going cage ships.
I feel like all of the things that I put a lot of time into, besides like this day's video, everyone advances the much shorter and dumber thing.
I'm not gonna emphasize this point again because I'm gonna.
No, you're right. You're right. It's a broken record situation right now. Well, I think now that it's K3
but also the
bosses...
pun of the ships.
No, I know it's
ships. Actually, there is no pun. He is talking about relationships. Duh.
Yeah, right. Yeah, don't ruin don't spoil the surprise. No, I mean, the ships video was very fun because it was an exercise in, like, because the way it originated was like, all right, I'm going to make a video where, like, it seems like it's, like, really inflammatory and clickbaity, but it's a joke, but then I'm actually going to go all in on the joke. Like, that was, like, the germ of it. That was, like, the thesis, was that
right.
it's gonna be set up as something that's meant to be really, like, get people riled up, and then, oh, no, JK, it's just this, but also, like, we're seriously going to do this, so it's, like... If you're into that, stick around. We're going to talk about the ships.
Yeah, like it's a double joke.
Yeah, so...
Like,
Andrew, I don't know...
talking about ships, and then prank you, we're actually going to talk about ships.
Right. Andrew, I don't know if I'm a real academic, because I accidentally said the word rapport as rapport earlier, so... maybe
don't remind me. I forgot about that.
Yeah, maybe dial it back. I have this thing where before I say a word that I'm not like intimately familiar with, that I don't use in my day-to-day, I visualize how it's spelled in my head. This happens with the word restaurant as well. Well, not so much that. No, chameleon is a great example because my brain always wants to say chameleon because of the CH at the beginning. So I see it.
Does your brain always want to say knife?
No, my brain does not want to say knife. It depends on the word, okay? But I will see it spelled out, and then I will pronounce it how it's spelled sometimes, which is dumb, I know. Okay. Anyway, the bosses go through it. That's the whole point of this conversation here. So, yeah, I'm very, I'm stupid selectively. All right, we're at the bottom. We have two more matchups at the bottom here. We have, did KH3 ruin itself versus the top 10 scariest moments in non-horror games? The KH3 video, for those of you who don't remember, is the like the trailer analyses where I kind of take a look at all the KH3 trailers. I talk about the information that is revealed in those trailers and how it may have impacted people's initial reaction to the game. The KH1 through, I guess, prior to KH3 stuff is also covered at the end of it, where I kind of say, you know, it's always been a problem. It's kind of a Square Enix problem that they tend to over-reveal stuff in the trailers. I mean, really, it's a trailer problem in general. Like, how many times can you think of where you watch a trailer for a movie? If it's a comedy, they show all the funniest parts. If it's, you know, an action or a drama movie, like, they tend to kind of give too much away in them, I think. Sometimes they mislead, but I think a lot of times, and especially in KH3, they just, like, give you so many reveals that would have been so much better in the moment. Whereas the top 10 scariest moments is the one of the very few non-KH videos on the channel. I got to look at a bunch of different games. KH1 was covered briefly. It was the number 2 spot, I believe. But I like both of these. What's your initial reaction to this matchup?
Initial reaction is top 10.
Yeah.
Because, like, did it ruin itself? Like, yeah, I get it. But, like... everyone talks about that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, I don't know. The whole point of the video for me was like, I don't think people have really dug into like the trailer issue. I think people like walk away from the game and they consumed all this pre-release material and then they leave the game disappointed and like they just think, oh, the game was bad, but they don't take into account like the years of hype that they've built up to the game and how they've like dissected every little thing from a trailer and how they've shown so much in the trailer. Like, I feel like I was an early person or one of the earlier people to really like put that into like a video form. So that was like the appeal of it to me in terms of doing it as a project. But I feel like, I think that is more unique of an idea, but I think the top 10 scariest moments was more fun to make for me.
I mean, I have revisionist history. Like, maybe I think it's because of that video that I think people have talked about it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what came first, the discourse or
No, the
your video,
discourse.
do you
The
know what I
discourse
mean?
totally came first, but I just feel like nobody had like really put it into a video where it was like specifically about the pre-release materials. That was like the point of the video. But I agree. Like the top 10 scariest moments is not going to appeal. Obviously, it's a 10 seed to this one's 7. But even then, like it did better than I thought it would. I thought it would kind of flop. I thought it would get like maybe 20 at most. What did it end up getting?
20 views?
No, 20,000. When I, you know,
Oh.
thankfully I'm in a place now where when I say a number in terms of views, I can abbreviate it. If it was a video in 2019, yeah, 20 as in 20. It's got 57. So you know, it was way more than I thought it would. And I had more fun making that. Not to say that I didn't have fun with the other one, but you know, I think it's a more unique video. Obviously, I mean, actually, in terms of the broader context of YouTube, everyone has done the 10 seed here. Like a bunch of people have done that video, but I just wanted to do my own take on it because I want to talk about the game sometimes. So, are we both putting this through?
Scariest moments?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go against the chat. People like the Cage 3 video, but I mean, this will die in the next one, so it's fine. The Cage 1 level 1 guide, regrettably a 2 seed, versus Cage 4 releasing tomorrow, confirmed, no click anyway, or giving I'll put the Pokemon one in. And honestly, I would put the Pokemon one above the, I don't think the chat or you will agree. I mean, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do not like the level 1 guide. That's like one of my least favorite videos. I cannot, like, I've had to go back to it to grab footage. Like, sometimes I'll just capture footage from my own video instead of, you know, going and remaking something in Premiere. And I'll just, like, catch myself listening to it and be like, oh, God. Like, I cannot stand how I sound in that video. I'm so annoying. Like, more so than usual before anybody says it. And I don't know. The Pokemon video, it's a 15 seed, so obviously I guess it didn't do very well. What do you think about that one while I look at the stats on this?
I mean, I'm going Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't do challenges for games. I don't do that. I like to just play the game and then that's it.
Right. Yeah.
I don't seek thrill or entertainment from that.
Yeah.
So for me, I agree with you. I think it's an early video, and
it's just like my cadence is just like very like lecture-y.
You're like rushing through.
Yeah, I'm rushing, and I don't like my tone. Because back then I would like film the clips first. Like I would grab the clips, and then I would like fit my narration over the clip, which is like a dumbass way to make a video. I don't know why that's like one of the only times I did it that way too. I wised up after that, but it was like I did the video in the wrong order, like, and I made it on Movie Maker. It was like I have a distaste for like the process because it was crashing constantly. So people were a little hard on me with the Pokemon video, actually. Like a lot of them were like, why would you only give this character a bunch of animals? That's not very creative. Well, then like you do it then. Like you go ahead and do it because you didn't give me any alternatives for your choices. So, you know, everyone's like, why did you give Ventus a bunch of birds? Well, like, what does Ven do besides sleep and be associated with the sky, you know? Like, I don't know what to tell you. He gets a bunch of birds because, like, other people got the things that would have fit for him because it fits for them better. So, Pokemon?
Sure.
Yeah, chat wanted level 1 guide. Sorry, I just went on a rant. Okay.
What is this question?
Yeah, you're good, Frosty. I'm sorry. Please feed yourself. You know, we can just talk these out instead of running the polls on these ones. Okay. So we're in the round of 32. We'll go through these quicker, I think.
Bye, Frosty.
Bye, Frosty. All yours, Frosty. Dinner is all yours.
All yours, Frosty.
Ranking every boss in Cage 2 versus best rooms in every world. Is it my most popular video ever, or is it the best rooms? What do you think?
What do you think?
Honestly, why do I want to say the rooms? I mean, let's run. I'll run the polls. I'm just gonna say poll as the question. Ranking every Cage 2 boss or best rooms in every KH world. In every world. Vote on that. I mean, I don't like the thing with the Cage 2 boss ranking is like it's not even the most Like the Cage 3 one is recent to me. Like I'm more attached to that one. The Cage 1 has like that mythology that we already talked about, where it really changed everything for me. And the Cage 2 one, like I don't really like. It's the most popular one, probably because 2 is the most popular of the mainline games. But I don't really feel for it in the way that I do the other two. Again, I'm sure if I went and looked at it, I would be happy with how it came out. Like I remember being happy with how it turned out when I posted it. But let's see. Yeah, the Rooms is winning right now.
I mean, I think I want to go Rooms because I like getting granular, and I think it's just the concept. It kind of reminds me of I'm completely losing my train of thought.
It's okay.
But whatever I was thinking about, you did something similar where you were like you hyper focused on something granular.
Yeah.
But it was really funny because you hyper focused on something granular.
Right.
And I think the Rooms.
Maybe the ships. Is that what you're thinking of?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Um.
Well, the Rooms won, so.
Yeah.
We'll put that through. Although that's true, Ray. The KHU boss ranking did have the My Own Worst Enemy by Lit joke, which is one of my favorite dumb bits.
I didn't understand it. I remember I watched that and I was like, I don't know what that means.
I gotta love when I do a bit and I reference it again. So not only do you not get it the first time, but when I bring it up, you also don't get it the second time.
Yeah, no, I was like, this stinks.
Yeah.
This man does not know. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Well, I made another. Did you get the 90s music reference in the KH3 boss ranking about Lump and the Lump of Horror fight?
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
See, sometimes they're just for me and like three people in the audience. Okay,
now
we can.
I feel left out.
I'm sorry, but it's like that's why it's a short, quick bit, because then you miss it, you're confused, and it's over. But the people who do get it are really excited that I said it. You know.
Listen, all I know is that I love the one dumb thing you did in the Days video that I think a lot of people probably hated, but I loved it.
When I reversed the Pete sound drop, a lot of people.
I thought that was great.
Someone was like, "Please don't do that ever again," because it scared them. Well, I'm not even going to run the poll on this because I know chat will vote for even though I don't know why chat sent the Ruins of Hollow Bastion above the openings, but then they were like no good on the two objectively better raps. But I agree that the Disney World's essay should, I mean, that's a favorite to go really far. That's easy Final Four, I think. The, how the worlds contribute to the story.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. We have do you agree with that? I'm assuming you agree.
Yeah.
Okay. We have 100 KH quotes versus Evolution of Motion. I have to put Evolution of Motion through.
Evolution
no, it's still awesome because Andrew thinks it's like the worst thing he's ever heard. So that didn't make it out of pools. Yeah, Evolution of Motion for the 3 here. I think you gotta put that through, right? Versus the quotes versus me clipping 100 quotes.
Yeah.
Have you listened to it, Andrew? Like, it's not as bad as you think it is. Like, it's not amazing, but it's not awful, I don't think. I haven't gotten one negative comment on any of them, which is shocking. I thought there'd be tons of negative comments on the raps.
This is your negative comment. It's Andrew.
Yeah, I guess it's Andrew. I guess it's Andrew just not commenting because he's choosing to be nice, but being mean to me here instead. We have Axel Disassociates versus the Gummy Ship essay. I really like the Gummy Ship essay. I know it's a low seed and it has a few views. I'll run the poll on this one.
I'm going video essay. The space.
Okay, that's what I want too. So we don't even need to run the poll. I think I put a lot of thought into that one. I literally say in the video. I guess I'm making this because I want to do something that's not going to get any views, and I was right. So sometimes you have to say it so you can protect yourself. We have the manga video versus the lock-on essay.
Manga.
Yeah, I think so.
I just like Chain and Sam's banter.
I know
with
it's very fun. Yeah, it's a very fun little cozy vibe. I would love to have more people on to do stuff like that. It's just hard to like schedule everybody, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the lock-on essay I like it turned out better than I thought it would. Like after I posted it, like the response really lightened me on it. After I finished it, I was like, oh man, this might be rough. People were really kind about it and seemed to enjoy it. But yeah, the manga video is pretty special. So I think I'll put this.
And I think you were so young in your
in the channel.
Yeah, like I thought it was just like wholesome.
Yeah.
not that the lock-on isn't,
Right.
it is the lock-on video is very you, especially because you're saying KH1 did it best.
Yeah, for sure. That's very on brand.
But I think Vodka has also given us
she's
all a soft
elevated it.
spot.
She is the ambassador for that video. KH1 World Rankings versus the KH2 Compendium. For me, it's the World Rankings, and it's not even close. Like, this Compendium is a higher seed, and that makes me sick, because it's such a nothing for me compared to this, which is, like, a passion project for me. Like, this was before I even made money making videos, you know? This was out of the interest. Now it's all capitalism. I don't care about anything that I make now. It's all just for the money. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
kidding.
I mean, that's what you said earlier. You said you made the Compendium for money.
I did, in that case. I did. Again, I had fun making it. I don't know if I had fun, but I didn't despise it.
Is the Compendium winning in oh no,
Is
the
it?
world ranking is. No, the
I mean, I
ranking
feel like I put my thumb on the scale a bit when I just kind of lambasted. I'm acting like this is a bad video. It's
Lambasted?
not. Yeah, there's a good word for you to make up for my vocabulary issues earlier. No, yeah, I think it's the world rankings for sure. Did I spell it wrong? Never mind. Okay, send that through. We got Jet's song playing, by the way. We have casting fire on every monarch or authority figure versus the treasure guide. I would say really, I would say the treasure guide.
I love the monarch.
Because at a point, and not to say that that the monarch video is nothing. Like, it's a funny little bit, but yeah, I know I kind of talked down to, like, the KH1 guide and the compendiums, but the KH1 treasure guide is something that also didn't exist in a video form. Like, people had, like, uploaded several different parts where it's like, okay, in this video we're gonna get all the treasures in Traverse Town, and they, like, make a whole thing out of it. I think I was the first person to, like, all right, we're gonna get every single item you can in this game, and it's all in one spot and in a video. Like, I feel like there were written guides, but never, like, one thing all in one spot in a video. So I was proud that I was the first person to do that, even though anyone could have done it. But I also think, like, there's something to it that I was the first to get there, and people will come back to it and they find it useful.
Right, but also just like, I don't know. The treasure guide, I find it to be a snooze. No offense.
No, I agree. Like, I don't think it's super fun. I put some jokes in there, but it's not something that if I were recommending videos to a viewer that I would recommend first. It's a 2019 video.
But, like, also, like, I don't know, maybe part of it, maybe,
I'm gonna do a poll right now because we're disagreeing. And don't you like snooze content? Because I thought you used the videos to go to sleep. You said that about the about the compendium. You can't fall asleep to the fire video. You're gonna have to refresh it over and over. You'll never fall asleep.
Sleeping is
so
not
how about
my
them
only...
apples?
Oh my god.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know. I just think the fire one's just, fun little doodad.
Fun doodly doodad.
Yeah.
Well, treasure guide's winning in the poll.
I think the treasure guide, you talk too fast. And
I agree. I still talk too fast.
No, here's the thing. I can't even watch. The treasure guide is not good for the sleep ability.
It's not?
Too fast.
Oh,
No.
I'm talking... You're telling me I don't talk too fast in the compendiums or the like a boss ranking?
No, you do not. You do not.
I feel like I talk fast all the time and I can't stop it.
No.
I feel like that's another thing that I don't like about my videos is that I need to slow down. All right, well, treasure one. I'm sorry.
I think the treasure guide, you are flying through.
No,
that.
I agree. I agree. It was worse earlier, where I really had I could not pace myself. But the people have spoken. So, oh my God, I'm getting flamed about this rapper thing again. All right, we have the Death Disney Kingdom Hearts versus the 90 Things. I think I have to give credit to the 90 Things one. It's the first KH video. It's really, formative for the channel. It's foundational. Even though it's like, I don't know. I feel like I just wish I could go back and rephrase and reapproach how I did things in the Death video. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a long time. I probably haven't watched it since it came out. So, but I feel like the 90 Facts thing, I'm like talking about things that no one's ever heard of from the games. Not every single one is a banger, but a lot of them are. And it's like that is what started it all. And somebody asked me if the awkward and doable joke was in the treasure guide. I believe it's actually in one of these. It's not I think it was like, oh, this jump is awkward but totally doable. That was the joke. So I think I'll put that. I would vote for the 90 things one. But I should do a poll. You talk this out while I set the poll up.
My brain is chugging.
That's all right. We've been at this for a bit.
I guess.
Yeah.
I do agree that Aba had the more fun analytical part
Yeah.
in that video.
Because I gave it, like I said, hey, please do this part because I don't want to do it. Like, it was kind of like a laziness thing for me. I was like, well, we're going to do this collaboration. We've been talking about death in the series. And, you know, I think she had more things to say than I did. I just kind of wanted to present, like, the factual stuff more so. That's what I remember doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I always have so much fun getting all these KH1 facts. Like, I had more fun doing the fact videos. But it's a very close vote. It's a
I
one
would
vote
move
difference.
that forward.
The KH1 facts?
Mm.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. Even though the poll is almost over, but it's one vote ahead, so. Okay, we have ranking every KH1 boss versus is KH1 overshadowed by 2. I gotta go with the KH1 boss ranking. That changed my life.
Is this
Babe,
question?
that video changed my life.
Right, no offense, but I wouldn't say the video changed mine, so...
It did! You wouldn't... Oh my god, this is so rude! I can't believe this! Because you wouldn't have found me if that video didn't pop off. That video... Because you subscribed after 1,000, right? Yeah, for sure you did. You weren't a sub before Christmas of... Yeah, but that was like February or March of 2020. Or 21, sorry. Because
getting yelled at.
No, because you are totally underselling how important this video is to the channel. Like if this video doesn't blow up on Christmas of 2020, then this bracket's not even happening.
Win.
It probably will. I think it's my go-to. That's where my loyalties lie, and that's okay. I'm a participant in the bracket. You know. But if you want to vote for KH1 Overshadow, that's fine. We'll put it to a poll.
I think I do because I think that's a more interesting video.
I disagree. I think it's I think the KH1 bosses are pretty good. I think it's the best of the 3.
Lingual logic. Maybe I should. I'll stage cry.
You're gonna stage cry?
Yeah. I start crying, patch, and use all results to make her happy.
Yeah. Overshadow is how I found the channel, so this bracket wouldn't exist without it. Well, shit. I guess.
Yeah, so,
yeah, but you probably only found it because the KH1 boss ranking blew up, and then it got that other one in the algorithm and put it in your recommendations. Like, there's no way you found that video before I put out KH1 boss ranking. If you were subscribed before KH1 boss rankings, you're in the like 0.5% of subscribers. Like, that's what it is. Like, that is the... It's probably even less. I mean, that was a stat that I had from months ago. I'm just saying. What do you think, chat? KH1 bosses is winning in the poll.
I just like
babe, the KH1 versus 2, I have no background music. It's a piece of shit. Like the arguments are fine, like they're fine. I wish that's another video where if I could go back and make it again, I would change some stuff that I say and also like make it so it's like pleasant to listen to.
I just think it's more fun. Okay,
that's fine. Me. That's fine. Listen, this is a funny thing to argue about, so it's all jokes, you know. I'm moving the KH1 bosses around. Babe, no way, babe, come on. I'm sorry, I said it last time. We're a babe couple, all right? I'd rather be a babe couple than like a honey or a sweetie couple, because that just feels wrong.
They're both gross.
Yeah. Okay, we have the board game versus the rumors. You know, as much as I stumped for the board game last time, I think I would go...
like you stumped for what?
What? I stumped for the board games last time, but now I think the rumors is a more important video. I got to have my friends hop on. You're in that video. You're a friend of mine. Did you know? I know it might seem like it's not because we've been arguing about these videos, but I do still like you like a lot. You know?
Right.
So I'll put the poll out. Board game versus myth debunked. Do you agree with my inclination to put the myth one through?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll see what the poll goes, but it's actually pretty even right now. Myths is pulling ahead.
I think I do like the charm of the board game because it's like you said, it's literally you on the floor.
Yeah, it's homemade. It's a lot more feels a lot more genuine, I guess.
Yeah.
Not that the myth video is not genuine. In fact, the point is to speak truth to falsehoods in the series, but it's less personal. I think the board game video is a lot more personal.
Mm-hmm.
A couple argues about very granular topics for 3 hours. ASMR. Yeah, we are arguing loudly into your ears. All right,
yeah, sorry.
We'll move
Sorry,
on
folks.
to KH1, the Sora died in KH1 video, the Crocodile alternate history versus the KH1 Heartless Compendium.
Ooh.
Um,
I'm going alternate history.
Yeah, me too. Okay, I'm glad. I was gonna lose my mind if you said the compendium. Okay.
Actually, I think I wanted to go to the compendium.
No. Now you're throwing for content. All right, everyone, the chat is verbally voting for Crocodile video. So, okay, cool.
I think the crocodile video might win.
No way. I won't allow that. I mean, I guess it could
Why?
happen if
That's
you in the
so
chat.
rude.
If you in the chat really wanted it to win, but
Why are you saying you won't let it win? That's so rude.
I can't not let it win because I only have a 1/3 share of the vote. But if it's up to me, that is not. I mean, where it's in the Sweet 16 now. I could see it going to Elite 8, but I don't know about Final 4.
Right. I don't know.
Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll cross that bridge. We'll jump that plank when we get there.
Right.
We have the Kiwi battle bracket with the characters versus my dad playing KH1. I think I gotta give it to both great guests, both huge influences in my life, my dad and Kiwi. But I think it's gotta be the video with my dad.
Oh yeah. No,
yeah, we all agree on that. Okay, we have the Cheap Cool video.
Wholesome.
This is the easiest matchup so far. The Cheap Cool video, which we just gushed about, we both said how much we enjoyed watching and making it, versus the Scenes video, which I feel like I made in a coma. Like, I have no memories of making this. I know what the scenes are, but I don't remember what I said about any of them, really. And it's a generic title. I feel like with the titles, like, maybe they're too generic, I feel like when you see, like, KH2, every KH2 boss ranked, it's like, I need more than that. Like, it tells you what it is, but I need a little more spice. Romsom likes the scenes vid.
You can't. How can you add more spice?
Right. You can't. It's tough. Yeah, but I feel like this even. I feel like this has more spice than something like ranking
I'm telling you, it's because you put the top 10 and not my top 10.
is that what it is?
Yeah, because you put I watched and ranked every whatever instead of my. Like,
it's more personal.
Top 10.
You're right. Well, we all agree. Everyone, all three parties agree on this one. So. We still found a reason to yell about it. We have a KH1 game versus novel. So we got some literature. Battle of the Lit here. It's either this or the KH1 strategy guide. I would go with strategy guide every day of the week over the game versus novel.
I would go...
You talked the game versus novel up a lot in the round of 64.
I did, and I think I'm going to continue to do that.
Wow, okay.
Because I just think the strategy guide gets back into more, like, factual stuff.
Really? Because I think it's completely the opposite. I think with the game versus novel, I'm like, here's the game, here's the novel. I'm going to compare what happens, and it's like, these are the facts. I literally, like, my script for this video and the one I'm working on right now is in a bullet point format. That's, like, the only video where I write it like that and not in, like, essay paragraph format. Whereas the strategy guide, I feel like, is very, like, personal and opinionated. Like, I feel like I spend so much time talking about, like, my experiences with it as a kid, and, really just commenting on, like, the aesthetics of the book and all the different sections. But
maybe it's because I haven't seen it in a while. I don't really remember.
Yeah, that's true. It's an old one. I'll let the poll run since we're at odds on this. Although it seemed like the chat was verbally voting for the strategy guide video. Yeah, Splash remembers.
I'll concede.
You're gonna concede? Okay. You're gonna do your concession speech?
No, I mean, listen.
Yeah.
I get it. We all love Patty, and it's fine.
Splash remembers the inexplicable puppy sticker on the memory card. Yeah, babe, what number of puppy is on my memory card? Do you remember? This was a question on the regular Pat. Does anybody in chat? Silvas remembers. It was 98. Yeah, 98 was the number of the puppy, which makes no sense.
I was gonna say 34.
34? That's so weird. 34 was the number, that was the channel number for Nickelodeon growing up. I remember 34 for that reason. It was 51 for Disney Channel and 34 for Nickelodeon. Anyway, Yeah, I don't know why it was 98. You would think 99 because it's the last one, or 96 because that's the year I was born. But yeah, Puppy 98 was
What
on my memory
number?
card.
Do you know what number Puppy the one is that runs around the table?
I do not. I've always wanted to figure that out.
Because that's my favorite one.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think that's chalk pick for everyone's favorite puppy.
I also like the three of them that are standing on like the windowsill, like
yeah.
bantering. I think they're also really fun.
I also like the one that's like looking at the TV, but the TV's off, so he looks like a little idiot.
Yeah. I just know those three dogs are just talking mad smack.
Andrew, you say that, but somebody in chat knew the answer, and it was also a question in the trivia once. So this is established lore. It's a fact about the 98 puppies. The sticker. I'm talking to Andrew.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't yelling at you this time. I was yelling at Andrew.
That's fine.
All right, we have ranking every day versus ranking every boss in KH3. Is it the first time two rankings have gone against each other? I don't know how we've avoided that so far. I feel like that's all I do is rankings, but I guess we had the best rooms versus... But I wasn't ranking the rooms. I was picking which one was the best. So now we're at days versus 3. I'm
going days.
Yeah, I feel like the KH3 boss ranking is it funnier? I mean, I don't know. People really like when I do the voices.
The only reason that with the KH3 boss rankings, I think it's just because KH3's bosses are just like not that exciting.
No, I agree, and I conceded to that in the opening of that video. Was that like I think the bosses in 1 and 2 are wholesale more memorable. And besides like the graveyard fights, and even some of those are kind of like these weird combinations. Like, I think ranking every day is certainly the bigger undertaking. Like, that's the more impressive looking video. It's like double the length of the KH3 boss ranking. But I don't know. I feel like some of those days are like that. I feel like the video doesn't really start the days video until you're at like the mandatory days. Whereas the boss ranking, like you got to fight every boss besides. No, yeah. I mean, I don't cover any optional stuff besides like Dark Inferno in the KH3 boss ranking. So, but like. I feel like that's something of an indictment on the days video where you have to get through like you have to get through like 100 to 80 something before the video really starts because I'm just talking about optional missions.
True.
But some people like that. Like I don't know. Like I had to do it because that was part of the title. Like that's the whole point of the exercise. The days one won overwhelmingly. So I guess looks like you. I guess I'll dissent and say KH3. I don't know. I guess I'll lump in and join everybody else and say the days video, but I have critiques with this thing, even though I'm happy with how it came out.
Right.
Okay, the top 10 scariest moments versus giving Pokemon teams. I would go with the scariest moments one.
Me too.
All right, so I won't do the poll. Sorry, audience, but I feel like people would vote for this one anyway. I feel like people didn't like the Pokemon one. I thought people liked the Smash Keyblade one so much, and then I feel like it was kind of a tepid response to the Pokemon one.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did forget that you did that.
No, yeah, I feel like the Keyblade one totally overshadows it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was like, I was thinking, oh, it's like spiritually a successor to that. But what can you do? I feel like Pokemon does not have as big of a crossover with Kingdom Hearts as I thought either. You would think it would with the fucking Dream Eaters. People love Dream Eaters. You would think they like Pokemon. All right, we have.
Are they actually correlated though?
No, not really. I was just kind of being facetious. We have the best rooms versus the how Disney Worlds contribute to the Kingdom Hearts story or don't. I would have to go with the 5 seed here.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to pull it up. There you go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sweet 16, right?
What is happening? Am I not allowed to say words? Am I allowed to to talk to use vocabulary? I said facetious. That's okay. Rooms?
I think I've also said facetious.
Did you?
Today.
Today? Like on stream? Or at work?
Maybe it wasn't. I know I said that word today, but maybe not.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't remember you saying it, but maybe you were saying it when we were talking on the phone earlier.
Anyway,
yeah, I agree, Buffoon. I think people are nuts if they vote for the rooms. It's cute. It's funny. Like it's ridiculous that that's something that I'm talking about. That's another. It's kind of like the ship video where it's like, yeah, really, I am doing this, and I'm going to deep dive into it, and I tried my best, and I think I think they're fine, but I think like the Disney World's essay is really. I think it's like a deeper dive. Like I really think I talk about something that people like bury their head in the sand about, which is the how these Disney Worlds really do play into things in terms of the overarching narrative. I think the best rooms is like a more fun title. Like I think it's more eye grabbing, even though it's got fewer views here.
I think it's a more fun exercise.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, it's a more fun exercise. I think this is play and this is business. You know, I think this is like, all right, we're gonna get down and talk about like something that's really core to the argument here between all these games. Okay, I'm gonna go with that one. Looks like me and chat agree. It sounds like you were leaning towards the rooms one, but Buffoon says you're insane if you vote for it. So
I mean, I think the other thing too is I feel like I remember when I first found your stuff. I hold a lot of nostalgia with the rooms.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, they're like you said, they're early in the channel's history. They're like, you know, I said one was while I was working, and then part 2 was after I quit. You didn't say nuts? What do you say? Insane? Sorry, you said no. You did. You said y'all are nuts if you vote. Oh, I said insane. You said nuts. I got it. Okay.
Pat, please skip this song.
Oh, you don't like the annoying huh song?
No.
I'm annoying, huh?
God, it's scary.
How about
Scary
the
in
revealed
here.
truth? Spoilers for FF10. Something important's happening. Okay. So SA wins. Andrew says, "Don't succumb to my own importance." I struggle with that every day of my life. Okay, we have Evolution of Motion versus the Oceans Between. We got Motion versus Ocean.
Between.
What?
Yep.
Babe. They're okay.
Sorry.
No, come on. I'll put the poll up because I'm totally voting for Evolution of Motion. Motion or Ocean?
I just think the gummy ships are such a like a
Nobody
not
watched it. Nobody cared.
no.
Like,
Can you let me finish?
yeah, sorry.
Speaking.
Sorry.
I think I like the gummy ships one because I think it's just not often talked about. Like everyone talks about how stuff is floaty. Like I'm like, and I'm over it. You know, I'm sick of it.
Yeah, but I'm not even really talking about that in that video.
But
the
you
motion
are
video.
though.
I'm not really. I'm more so talking about like how the movement abilities are unlocked. Like I spend a lot of time on how, you know, the interplay between drive forms and world design in KH2, and then I spend a lot of time on like flow motion and how that impacts its game's world design. So I don't know. I think I don't really talk about. I feel like when people say floaty, they're talking about like the combat.
I think the evolution of motion has been there, done, talked about. I think no one gives enough conversation to the gummy ships.
I agree. Like, I think the gummy ship stuff is definitely less represented, but I think it's because people don't care about it nearly as much because it's like such a sideshow compared to, like I say in that video, you know, you're spending like 98% of your time, 90 at you know, my most conservative estimate, like on land, you know, whereas like maybe 10 to 5% you're spending in a gummy ship, you know. But I respect it. I respect the take, you know. I'm not mad at you about it.
I don't know if you do.
No, I do. I'm like, because I like this video. I think this is one of my most underrated videos. I feel like people should watch it if they haven't, because they see gummy ship and they go, oh, that's going to be a snooze. But I think it's a pretty fun discussion. But I'm just more happy with how
And listen,
the evolution of
for the
motion turned
record,
out.
I think KH1 did it best.
Oh, I agree. Well, no, I think KH3, but
I think KH3 is too big.
Yeah, I mean,
I get
it's
the free roam, I get it, but like at
Right.
the same time, and I also hate that I have to do it to get ultimate weapon.
This should help.
that's true. And I mean, and
I
it's
hate that.
the whole point of that Oceans Between video is that it's very representative of the games themselves, because KH1 is very like tight and closed and like confined and a bit more contained with its world design, and that's kind of how the gummy ship segments are. Like there's like physical things you can like tangibly interact with, whereas KH2 is very flashy and bright, but it's linear, you know, like you're on obviously in one you're on a set path as well, but like you have like this ability to interact with things in the way that KH2 feels like you're more so like in one of those rides where you're sitting and the seat is like rocking back and forth to like simulate motion. And then 3 is like very open and big and is kind of reflective of like how the world design is and most of the KH3 worlds. So like that's
I think that thesis is more interesting than the evolution of motion.
I agree. I do think it is more interesting as a thesis. I just think as a video and the points that I end up like, yeah, you're right. Like in terms, like that is a true essay. Like that's why I call it a video essay. You know, Evolution of Motion is a video essay, but it's also like chunked out into like the like the different games. You know, so maybe like structurally it's not as like clean. Also, sorry, thank you, Andrew, for gifting a sub to Shiverburn. That'll be Andrew's 136th gift sub. Thank you. All right. Well, I do appreciate the points there. The chat and I voted for motion, though, so we'll move that along. Sorry. Sorry. We have the manga game show versus ranking every KH1 world. I love the KH1 world rankings. Like, they're so dear to me.
So do I.
Okay, so we agreement on that? We're gonna move that? Yeah. Okay. Because I think the chat would vote for manga.
I'm sorry, Vodka. I know you're not here.
Yeah, I know. She's gonna be mad. Listen, it made it to the second round, so... I just think, like, this is, again, super important to the channel, and it really like, gets into my feelings on that first game. Like, it's the first time I get to talk about KH1, like, and just about that. Because, like, before that, I guess you had the facts, but, like, those are so, like, small and bite-sized. And then KH1 versus 2, half the time is spent on 2. But this, I got to talk about KH1 for, like an hour and a half or something, spread out across the 2 parts. And it really kind of shows the audience how I feel about this game and all of the games. So, I know Vodka's going to be upset, and the chat hates it, because the chat are the biggest manga video fans ever. But
oh, yeah. As they should be.
But, all right. You know. We have KH1 Treasure Guide versus the 90 Facts. I would go towards the 90 Facts for this one.
I don't want either of these to win.
They're not going to win. No, neither do I. I don't want them to win either.
I don't really like either of them.
You don't like either of them?
Not really.
You don't like them? You don't even tolerate them?
I mean, I've watched them.
Yeah. No, like I don't think they're super great for like a rewatchability. So
like I never.
I'm happy with how they turned out to a degree. Like the Treasure Chest Guide, I could clean up. Sorry, go ahead.
Like, when I say I don't like, I just mean, like, obviously I like everything you've done. Oh. That's, like, point blank, whatever. Yeah. Like, you know, I don't want anybody to think I don't like your videos. That's not true. When I said I don't like them, I meant in a sense of, like, I just think you've done a lot better, because they're both oldies. I mean, I'm thinking 90 Facts, but, like, they're all oldies, and I think you've made such more intricate and thought-provoking content since then.
Yeah. Well, thanks for
that. I'm just kind of like, whatever. It's the Treasure Guide and the 90 Facts. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Well, I'm going 90 Facts. If you want to go Treasure Guide, I can cook up a poll here.
I mean, I didn't even really pick one.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's up to you. If you want to pick the other thing, then I will.
I think I find the 90 Facts to be more interesting.
Me too. 100%. All right.
Fun tidbits.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we have KH1 boss rankings versus the debunking the myths and the rumors. I mean, I've already stumped hard for both of these, but like I think, and maybe this is the problem with the bracket, is that if I'm involved, I'm gonna get like really interpersonal in terms of how like these videos were, you know, changing my life outside of the context of just making the video, you know. What did Calm lose to? It's a shame, because I like that video. Calm lost to the crocodile video, which will be next, I think. So I think I'm always going to err towards advancing the KH1 boss ranking, and again, that could be, you know, a faulty premise of having me involved, because I like have such a reverence for what this video did for me. So I don't know. But the Mids video, I think, is like a cleaner, more like but this is again kind of more factual than it is opinion based. I think I tend to value the subjective stuff over the objective things, where this is like, hey, here are some things you've heard, they're not true, here's the truth. Like, yes, very useful, I think good for the community, but does not really have my personality infused to it in the way that some of these longer form, like ranking type or tier list sorts of things would be. So, what do you think?
I mean, maybe not necessarily the debunking Kingdom Hearts myths, rumors, but I think moving forward, because I guess I'll go boss ranking. But I'm saying moving forward, I think I get your opinion of, it did so much for me, da 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 da, but like, that's not your number one video.
No,
Point
it's
blank,
not.
end of
What
statement.
yeah, what is the well, it is a 1 seed. So
I know
it's
there's 1 seed.
It's top 4.
But let me look. I need to fact check myself.
We'll see right now. I have my channel
popular.
up. Do you already have it?
I have it up.
Okay,
So,
go
like...
Number 3 overall.
Yes.
So for those
me,
curious...
it's like, I think, I don't know, like, I like things that you put your personality into.
Right, which is, I think, I do that more in the KH1 boss ranking.
Right. I think it's boss ranking right now, no question.
Yeah.
But I'm saying moving forward...
Okay.
I think, we have to take it with like a grain of salt.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, for those curious, that is my 3rd most popular video. It is KH2 boss rankings at 359k, the Sephiroth shitpost at 338, and then KH1 boss rankings at 334, and then the Cheapcool video is number 4 at 297. And then the KH1 level 1 guide is 5th, and I hate that. And then Trump versus Biden is 6th. That's awful. Two real stinkers there in the top 10, unfortunately.
This should help.
Andrew, thank you for gifting a sub to a Ribbonfly, 137 total from Andrew. Thank you. All right, moving along. We're definitely not getting a BBS tonight, for the record. Okay, we have the Crocodile video versus My Dad Plays Kingdom Hearts. That's kind of tough, isn't it?
This is really hard.
Yeah. I love my dad.
Crocodile.
Yeah, I do too. And I love my dad, and he's great in that video. But I think a million YouTubers have sat down and played a game, and probably have played Kingdom Hearts with their dad or with some relative or significant other. It's super unique. Like, nobody else in the history of the world not only has made like a YouTube video, but even really thought about what would happen if Sora died by being eaten by the crocodile. I think that is
and it started as a bit. It started as a bit.
It was. That's so funny because I forgot about that. You're right. I think it's in the KH1 world rankings. Well, I used to do like
at the
skits.
bottom of this paper list you have.
Yeah, exactly. I used to do skits before the actual video started. I don't know why I stopped. I guess because I just didn't have any ideas for them. But there's like video ideas, and like I crossed off all the ones I had already posted, and then at the bottom, one of the joke ones was, what if Sora was eaten by the crocodile? So it's kind of funny that ended up turning into
an
actual project. And it was the first March Caprice. Yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of the skits, I think you should bring this back because it seems like the jump scares of March Caprice. I think
Yeah.
you need to do skits again.
Yeah, people. Well, I think that's people would be inclined to say the opposite, that they don't want those jump scares anymore.
Well, you won't be wearing a suit. I think that was like 75% of the jump scare was the suit.
Really? They were just... Was it?
Absolutely.
Did I look bad in the suit? Is that why people said that?
No, you just don't wear suits.
No, I never do.
You're
that was
t-shirt guy.
Exactly. That was the first time I had worn a suit since graduation, which was in 2019. Jesus.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. So... Yeah, and as I was saying, and as somebody said in chat, Crocodile video was the first March Caprice, so that's kind of near and dear to me. My dad is also near and dear to me, but I have several other memories with my dad that are way more important than the sitting down and playing the game with him. But it is very fun. But I think I'll advance the Crocodile video.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Okay. We have the Cheapcool video versus the strategy guide. I think you just sent the Cheapcool video through, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's your favorite, isn't it? If not your favorite,
Yes.
then like one of yours, because you always tell me how that's something you go back to.
Oh my god, all the time. I
Yeah.
just think it's so fun. I think you're just so silly.
Yeah, I'm a silly little guy in that video for sure.
Yeah.
Did you know that as I was, I mean, you know this, I'm asking you this, it's a rhetorical thing, but did you know that as I was filming that video, I had a gigantic crush on you?
I
Did you know that? Yeah, you didn't know that. Yeah, because we were already talking when I was filming that video, so that's
In hindsight.
I have some nostalgia for that, just in the way that I was falling head over heels for you as I was putting that one out.
I know. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
you had no
didn't
idea.
know.
You had no idea.
I was just like, man, this silly man with his silly little
What are you
wig.
gonna say? Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Um,
We have the Days video versus the top 10 scariest moments. It's the Days video, right? Or is it not?
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think anybody in my audience. I think
but
this
here's
theory.
the thing, days. Like, are we really gonna keep pushing a days video?
I don't know.
Like, come on.
I don't know. No,
No offense.
I get what you're saying.
No,
Listen,
actually, no, I don't.
it absolutely needs to be. I mean, we're in the round of 32, right? This Days video, I put so much fucking effort into this Days video.
Right,
It
I'm
needs
not
to make
saying
it.
You didn't.
It needs to make it to Sweet 16. We'll talk about Elite 8. You know, we'll figure it out. I don't know if it's one of my. I don't know if it's in my top 8 videos. That's the thing about brackets, right? Is that you're not actually figuring out like objective, or not objective, but like a structured like 1 to 64 ranking. Like some things die and they're all tied at 64th or 32nd, whatever, however
Right.
the math works out. So it's not like if one of these videos makes it into the top 8, that means like that all of us think that is a top 8 video of mine. That's just how the bracket
Clearly,
shakes out.
I disagreed for like at least half this bracket. So
Right. Well, I guess maybe that's an endorsement that there's something for everybody, you know, instead of all of us agreeing on the same thing. It's such polarizing content.
Also, clever little sneak. I'm gonna turn into Maleficent in about 2 minutes. You're gonna
What
see
is
the
this?
green flames.
Oh,
My villain arc
yeah, they're villain
incoming.
arc. I was like, oh no, that would be a bad thing. Oh wait, no, we were in the Sweet 16 that whole time. Wait, were we? I guess
Yeah.
we were. Oh
We're
wow,
in Elite
okay.
Eight now.
Sorry, I thought we were still in 32.
Wow.
All right, so the Days video is in the Elite 8. So,
Yikes.
all right,
Jinkies.
we'll figure it out. All right, so now we have the Cage Disney Worlds, how they contribute to the story versus Evolution of Motion. Now, if you asked me, I think if you asked me like right after I put this Disney Worlds essay out, I would say Evolution of Motion. But now that I've had time to, I mean, people's feedback I feel like has been a lot warmer on that Disney essay video, although it has less views than Evolution of Motion. I think they're both in my personal top 10. And they both did make it to top 8. I guess I'll run a poll for this. You're down on Evolution of Motion, though.
I am.
So, I'll see how the poll goes. I think I am leaning towards the Disney World essay. I think it's probably writing-wise stronger. I also think it's probably more useful. I don't agree with you to the extent that like I'm talking about stuff that's been beaten to death. I think I'm approaching it from a different angle. I'm not saying that you're saying that I did a bad job or anything, but I think in terms of like I think I approached the motion stuff from not like the floaty combat angle and more from like the drive forms progression, like moving through the physical spaces angle. So I think it's good for that, but I also think that it's just not written as well as this Disney World's one. So that is winning the poll. I guess we're all in agreement on that.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
How you
saying
doing?
Disney Worlds.
How you doing? Are you all right? We have like a couple more matchups to go
I'm
through.
fabulous.
All right. I'm just making sure. I'm just checking in because I know these can be marathons. Like I'm gonna want to lay down and like astral project to a different planet after the brackets are done because I feel like I'm talking in a mile a minute. Okay, we have KH1 World Rankings versus 90 Facts. I tend to gravitate towards the World Rankings again on this.
Yeah. No, 90 facts I think is
Compared to that is
that's baseline.
Yeah. Okay. Again, this is very foundational to the channel. So, although this is like the first KH stuff, but you know, we just had this whole conversation
I think
about.
it's facts. It's facts as
Right.
opposed to like.
But getting to put my personality into things and like
Right.
really dig into it. So, as you mentioned earlier, KH1 boss rankings versus the crocodile video. See, like I do think like KH1 boss rankings, even separating from the impact. Like let's say the video, the channel was already established, and I put that video out and it did just as well as it did. I think I still will go KH1 boss ranking because it's a funnier video. The writing is better. Like, yes, I get to make stuff up, but this is just fanfic, you know? This is just fanfic in a video.
It's not.
I'll let people vote. Vote on it.
I think it explores, like, we all know who the bosses are, right? We all know which ones are stinky.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you put your own spin on it and stuff, but, like, I love the idea of just, like, coming up with something completely new and running with it.
I agree.
And for it to, and like, here's the thing, like, we could have sat here and thought, like, of maybe, like, what if Kyrie never got the Keyblade or whatever, or never got that option? Like, that's, like, a bigger thing, but, like, the fact that it's so silly, and the fact that it's Sora jumping off the plank and getting eaten by the crocodile.
I
Like,
agree.
I think that's what makes it good, is because it's not something that's like, oh, like what if Riku never fell to darkness? Like that's so boring.
I agree. I think that's kind of a boring angle. I think it's more fun when you take it to a kind of zany origin point.
Yeah.
And I'll concede, like I said it when I put it up against the video with my dad, that it's an idea that no one's ever done. Whereas people have done this before I did it, and they will do it, and I'm sure they have done it after me. So like in terms of an idea, it's definitely not as strong. KH1 Boss is one in the poll, and that's what I wanted to put ahead, because like it again. Even divorced of the content of the context of how it changed everything for my channel and everything, like if you look at the writing in both of the videos, and Andrew says leave it to the publisher, well, Andrew, look at the scripts for both of the videos and tell me that the Crocodile video is written better. And maybe I'm overselling how, because I feel like I have fond memories of like having solid jokes in the KH1 Boss rankings, and again getting to really delve into what I like about a boss and like what makes it fun and interesting and the story stakes of it. It's never just about the fight, it's also about like the moment that it's presented in the context of the game and the journey. And again, like this is like something where I sat down like a crazy man with a whiteboard, like connecting the strings to all the different pieces with like
and
David.
I think that's so much fun.
No, I think it's fun, but I also
brain exercise.
But I also no, I agree. I just think that like it's like all right, we figured out the puzzle and I'm presenting it. Like the visual edits were very fun to do, and like presenting it in that way. The Twilight Town opening or Twilight Zone opening is pretty fun. That was a nice little twist that I did. But I don't know. I'm sorry. I just think it makes sense to me for the Crocodile video to be in Elite 8, but the KH1 Boss ranking to be in Final 4. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't even know what's going to go up against. I know that I'm way higher on it than anybody here.
Because you're gonna make this thing win, and I'm gonna hate it.
No, because chat might agree with you, and I don't even know what's going up against. It might not. I don't know. There's tons of stuff out here still. We'll figure it out. It's gonna be okay. We have the Sheep Ghoul video. It might go against the Sheep Ghoul video, and I'm not sure how I'll go on that. Sheep Ghoul video versus ranking every day's day. It's the Sheep Ghoul video, right?
Oh, wait, I didn't scroll down. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, sorry. We're on the... I can't keep it all on one screen anymore unless I zoom out.
Yeah, okay.
So, Sheep Ghouls?
I'm going Sheep Ghoul.
I'll let the chat... we're going to advance Sheep Ghouls because we agree, but I'm curious to see.
Also, sorry, please skip this hymn.
Oh, you don't like this hymn?
I don't like any of the hymns.
Oh, come on. You got it like at least the one when the Ronsos sing
don't.
it. You don't like when the Ronsos sing it?
No.
I think that's the best one. You're a hater. You hate the Ronsos. You're hornless.
I don't like Kimahri.
Kimahri would totally push you, keep you out of the Chamber of the Faith.
I hope he does. I'll punch him right back.
Yeah. Okay. Sheep Ghouls is narrowly winning over the day's video. That's the thing too, is that this has we haven't really even discussed how this has appeal outside of the KH audience. Like I'm guessing that maybe 50% of my subs.
It's way too close.
It is pretty
close for comfort.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't think most of my subs watched the Disney Sheep Ghoul video. You know what I mean? Like, I think that just got picked up by the algorithm and...
Yeah, because originally it didn't do... Like, it did numbers, but it didn't do that well. But, like...
It did, like, whatever... I don't know how many subs I had at the time, but it definitely didn't do as many... It didn't do... The views were not equal to the amount of subs I had, is what I'm trying to say. But then at some point it spiked, and then it, like, went way over. Okay. Sheep Ghoul wins.
Like, I remember actively tracking that with you.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was, like, early in our relationship.
It was like a... Yeah, like, I think... I don't know if we were...
That was, like, April.
Dating when it...
Oh, no, because it posted in, like, February, didn't it?
Oh, I don't know. You're the one that made it.
Let me click on it. This posted on... March 14th. Okay. So it's actually, like, just a little bit over the 1-year anniversary of that video, which is crazy, because it feels like I just made it. So, yeah, we started dating at the end of the month. We started dating on
And I think
1st.
that's probably what it was. I think when it initially dropped... It was whatever, but then we were dating by the time it, like, resurfaced and got big.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well...
That's crazy to me.
It is nuts. We are in the final... Oh, did I accidentally... Oops. Final 4 is the Disney essay, the How the Worlds Contribute to the Story, versus the KH1 World Rankings. I don't know. I don't think either of these deserve to be final two from my gut.
Oh my god.
What do you think?
I'm just saying, I'm sure you disagreed with me and stumped for one of them.
No, I think I did for both of them, but now that they're this far, I don't know if either of them really.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
I want to say, what is it? Ranking the Kingdom Hearts worlds?
Yeah,
I want to go Disney World contribute.
Yeah, I mean, I think as
Can you try a little harder?
Can you try a little harder? Oh, that's one of the tiers in that, yeah. I think it's probably the more well-made. I mean, again, this is a video from last year.
Each one is your bread and butter.
I know, that's the problem, and it's definitely a more personal video series for me. Like, these are really like I was like putting myself back in like the shoes that I wore when I was 6, thinking about this. You know, like I was like walking a mile in my light up shoes and thinking. I think I actually had Buzz Lightyear light up shoes, and I also had shoes that came out with the Pokemon third movie with Entei on.
Wow,
them.
you're a supporter of the man who hates Lego people.
Listen, this was before I knew about his hidden and bad depths. Okay, so don't try to cancel me on my own stream. Thanks so much, because you said a slur earlier. You said floaty, so. Yeah, and I know I just said it too. All right, Disney World's won the poll. I think you're leaning towards that, and I'm kind of indifferent as to which moves forward here. So, I will do that.
Yeah.
All right, we have KH1 Boss Rankings versus the Cheapquel video. Now, see, I could be talked into it being the Cheapquel video.
I think the Cheapquel video is just as equally impactful as the KH1 Boss Ranking.
I don't think it's equally as impactful, but I think it's probably... I mean, I think it's probably funnier, just judging from the audience reaction. I think people appreciate the insight about the game more. I don't think anyone's, commenting on the Cheapquel video saying, like, wow, great points you made about these films, Because I'm not even really giving them a fair chance. Because some of them don't deserve it. Maybe even most of them. I mean, I think as a video, the Cheapquel video is more fun to watch. Like, it's a more polished
more
sort of...
fun to watch. I think, and as you mentioned before, you feel like the live action stuff is a break in the action.
Yeah, I think that's definitely refreshing for me. At times it can be annoying.
Like to see your little face.
I don't know. Not according to this poll. Not according to this poll, babe.
Are people really voting for KH1 Boss Ranking?
They are. Ooh. They are. And it's only 7 people.
You guys are silly little guys. Stop it.
She hates it. I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I think I
it's
don't
close.
know.
Now that you've called them all silly little guys, now the gap is closing.
Yeah, good. I hope my words are sinking in.
Andrew, which one of them do you think is my magnum opus? Because I'm not even sure I know what you think it is. I'm not even sure if I know what I think it is. Because I think they're both pretty good. I think the KH1 Boss Ranking is more important. But that Cheapquel is winning now.
But here's the thing.
Doesn't matter. Cheapquel goes through.
Oh, yes. Let's go. Silly little guy. Did it.
Yeah. So there you go. So that means the final two is that versus... I did not expect this as the final two. Let's zoom out just to get a view of everything we've done here today.
I can't even see it.
Yeah, it's tough now. So wow, we've gone through so much to get here. We are at our championship match. How Disney Worlds contribute to the Kingdom Hearts story or don't versus... I watched and ranked every the Disney direct-to-video sequel. We haven't really talked about in this 5 seed this whole time is that there's a part 2 that nobody cares about. There's a part 2 where I cover Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop, and I didn't even have that much fun making it. I don't remember a ton about it, and that is included in the entry here. The first video is a banger for sure. I've gotten probably more praise for that than most of these other ones. People have been very complimentary about that.
Is this going to be a copyright song?
It very well could be. Thank you for pointing that out. Now we're on Yuna's decision. God, you're so smart. So you take it in, that could sink a man. That could, I'd be sinking in Lake Macalania, to the copyright
Get your
issues.
little boots wet.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my knock against the Disney, essay entry here. If we're only judging the part 1, I don't think the part 2 is bad. I just think, like, it's deeply,
but here's the thing,
unpopular.
it's 1 and 2.
Right. That is part of the exercise.
And I I'll always sub for the Cheap Cool video because like I said, and I'll preach this again. I think when you get a chance to do something that is more fun off the cuff, I think you underestimate how funny you are off the cuff.
Is it possible that you overestimate me because you love me?
Listen, that's true, but like I don't think I overestimate you because of that.
Yeah. Well,
Like I mean, you know,
I get where you're coming from.
like I get it. You like your scripts and you like your having everything written out. Your little essays, you're a little essay man.
Yeah, little
and I
Google
get it.
Doc, and you're like, yeah.
But like,
I guess I totally get what you're saying because I feel
like
like
here's the thing, Pat. Like, the Disney Trequels has nothing. Like, it had minimal to do with Kingdom Hearts, right? But like, I just think like that. I think that's just proof in the MF in pudding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it just like it has little to do with Kingdom Hearts.
Wait. Let's Splash is saying something interesting. Are you saying that I'm funnier? I'm better when I'm drunk? Because I was drunk for most of that video.
I think you're funny.
She goes silent. Oh, okay. She had to think about that one. That's actually. I mean, I'm not like I am plastered for. I think I'm wearing this shirt.
I think you were drunk for.
Some of them.
Blubbin and the epic, not Epic Mickey, LOL.
Goofy, extremely goofy.
Movie. I think besides that, like, I think you were tame.
Yeah, no, I think the peak drunkenness was when I'm in the red shirt that I'm wearing right now with Disney or Goofy movie and Little Mermaid, and then I'm like a belligerent drunk with the Brother Bear, Fox and the Hound portion. I'm like an angry drunk in that part, and I'm usually a goofy drunk.
You did have an angry spell in that video.
I did, yeah, like towards the end, because I'm like so sick of it.
Right.
That's the peak of my angry drunk. I think I don't think I've ever been angrier while intoxicated than from watching Brother Bear 2.
I think, and here's the thing too. I feel like the Cheap Cool video. I feel like when it comes to, the Disney World that season 1. Oh god. I think when it comes to the Cheap Cool video, I think that was a huge. What's the word I want to think of? Like, I think that was your best editing up to that point.
Yeah,
you did a lot of fun edits. And I think you really explored that part of your abilities and content. Yeah. And I think post that video, you've used it more. I think you're right. That's been an asset for your videos since then.
Yeah, well, thank you for saying that. I agree. Yeah, I think I took a lot of inspiration from Brutal Moose for some of those edits, which, you know, it's someone that we both enjoy. I know some people in chat really like Brutal Moose, Ian. He's really good. And I also think that, like I was saying earlier, I felt that I had to kind of compensate for what I thought was not super interesting stuff verbally. And, you know, I always tend to value, like, sitting down and scripting something out. I feel like the amount of, and I put a lot of work in the Cheap Cool video in terms of the editing. It took forever, you know. It took forever to watch them, even though they were sped up, and it took forever to edit. So I'm not trying to sell that short, but I just think like I tend to really, I have trouble advancing things that are more off the cuff and less structured and planned out.
Yeah, but you spent so much time in that video.
I know. I do value sitting down. Yeah,
I think it's like part of it too is I think it's also just funny that you watch them sped up too.
Yeah, well, that was part of the whole point.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, yeah, and some people were mad at me for that. Some people were mad that I did that because they said that you know, kind of, and that I was drunk. People wanted a completely sober watch through where I watched them on 1X, and I'd rather die. I really would rather die. Yeah. I guess, I mean, the chat wants the Disney Worlds to go through, and you really want the Cheap Cools. Well,
you're really stuck here.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
not going on vacation with my chat in a week or two, so like I should probably advance the other one.
But no, be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
I think like for me, if it were me, like if I had amnesia and I didn't remember making any of these videos and I got to watch them all for the first time, I would probably enjoy the Cheap Cool video more. Mm-hmm. Because I guess this video would just be re-emphasizing points that I already like held true to myself, whereas this Cheap Cool video is like watching me be a funny little guy who's drunk.
And what, like we mentioned before, let's not just swipe this under the rug. You
Yeah.
forget the whole second part.
I do. Yeah, you're right. This second part, it kind of drags it down a bit. Like, let me compare the views on this. Let's just, before we make our final decision here, this Disney essay, How the Worlds Contribute, is 109,000 views. And then part 2, which covers, so that video covers 1, 2, 3. The part that covers BBS and Dream Drop is, I'm scrolling, 44,000. You know, it's not even close. World or Room Rankings Part 2 has more. My playthrough of Cage 2 has, or Cage 3 has more. The board game has more than that. Game versus Novel, the Crocodile video, Axel Disassociates, you know? Like, Part 2 never does as well as Part 1, so you can't hold it against it
But
to
that's
that
the thing,
degree.
though. It's like a massive drop-off.
Yeah, it's a massive drop-off.
Like, let's look. I'm looking at your screen.
In fairness as well, and maybe this is a knock on me for not titling it properly, but the first video is called what is said in the bracket name here, How Disney Worlds Contribute to the Cage Story or Don't. Whereas part 2 is just called The Disney Worlds of Cage, Birth by Sleep, and Dream Drop. Maybe if I said it was
Why did you do that?
Because, like, it was too long. Like, the title, if it was, like, How Disney Worlds Contribute to the Kingdom Hearts Story or Don't, I guess I could have just said that again, part 2. But it just, like, I don't know. I wanted to make it clear that I was covering...
I guess the thumbnail, Disney World's versus Story Part 2. Why didn't you just name it that?
I don't know. I'm not great at titles. Maybe I should
You're being
start...
a silly little guy.
I'm a silly little guy, and now that you're in my life, I can run the titles by you, and you can tell me it's a bad idea. You know, you can be my confidant for that. I'll advance. I think we'll make the Cheap Cools the winner. You and I agree on that. And that, you know, the chat voted for the other one, but I don't love them as much, and I do like them, but I like them.
Don't use that as an excuse.
No, it's not even that. It's also the fact that I do think this is a more enjoyable video that more people go back to. It's a 1 seed after all. Sorry, like, I like you, but not in that way. Sorry, chat. And again, the part 2 drags down. It's kind of funny that the winner is not a Kingdom Hearts video, though.
But I think that's great. That's what
It
I'm
is-
saying.
I guess
that is
yeah,
my thesis
that's
of the
your
video
mission
essay that
statement.
I'm making out of this tier list.
Yeah, the video essay about my video essay is that
Yes.
it's, you know, it doesn't have to be Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I think you crushed it either way.
Well, the chat hates me now. Now they want to see other streamers, and they're taking the kids. They're taking the bits. They're
They
taking
can
their
take the
bits
kids.
elsewhere. Yeah. But, you know, I think on a given
You
day,
know,
I could
Biorock's
definitely...
streaming right now.
Yeah. Maybe we'll raid him. Because I want to go get... Well, I have to pee really bad. I have not taken a break this whole stream. I usually take a pee break. Maybe get some foo. But I really appreciate all of you, even though I went against your wishes at the end here, and I went against my girlfriend's wishes at times, is that we did agree at the end. We did have a real power couple
I
move
had to really
decide.
pull you, though.
Yeah, you reeled me in to you know, change my mind on the final matchup here, because I think if I did this with somebody else, like if I had Kiwi or Keynote or somebody else on and they were talking this out with me, I think we probably would have had this look very different.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen,
but that's the fun.
I know you better than anybody.
That's
so...
true. That's true. And we have a great rapper together as well.
Sure.
So,
Put it that way.
yeah.
But
For anyone tuning in, I know now. I know it's rapport. For anyone who's late here.
But
Okay.
now I'm thinking, like, are people mad at us?
I mean, that'd be a silly thing to be mad about. This is already such a ridiculous thing that we did.
Well, not mad about, but you know what
Yeah.
I mean. Like, I feel like I hope chat would be understanding in the sense
Right.
that it's not like. I think it would have been a tougher call if it was like the boss ranking or
Maybe
what was the other one that you
the world
this whole
rankings.
time?
I had the world rankings for Cage 1 go really high, or Evolution Emotion.
Oh yeah, if it was Evolution Emotion versus the Cheap Cool, I feel like you would have had a harder time.
Yeah, that would have been tougher for me, I think. Although you talked me down on Evolution Emotion throughout the process, so.
Listen, I'm good at that, I guess.
No, yeah. That's why I like you. Your ability to talk me down on things. So,
I don't know, but you're making me sound like a horrible person.
no, she's great.
What did everybody say? Just disappointed? No.
No,
Am I
it's
gonna
fine.
get banned from the channel?
So no calm. Yeah, no calm. I think biggest snubs for me. Calm not making it out of pools, that sucks. Family Feud dying in 64. That's a shame. I think it's bonkers that the worst rap made it to the round of 32 and the two decent ones did not. What else?
I'm mad Booze Door didn't make it out of
Yeah. Some people might take issue that Trump versus Biden died in 64, but it was up against... Like, my dad is a way cooler person than both Trump and Biden, so that's like an easy choice.
I think I'm also sad the Kyrie video didn't make it out of 64.
The Kyrie video? Oh, the POV, like, you're in Traverstown one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that one's really funny.
I think Cage 3, the Cage 3 trailer video didn't deserve to die in 64, but it went up against the, I feel like, 10 Scariest Moments and made it way farther than I thought.
And Don't Get Snubbed Hard.
Yeah.
I'm mad World Watch didn't at least make it to top 32.
Oh, wow, yeah, World Watch died in the first round, too. Yeah, World Watch deserves at least 32, but they get rough matchups, you know? Right. What a silly thing that we did here. Com
Highlights was snubbed by not being included.
Oh, honestly, if I could sub out one of these videos for the Recom highlights, I'm unapologetically a big fan of my own highlights video because I think I don't know what I was eating that week or that month that I was playing Recom, but it was doing something to my brain where I was just like on top of the ball.
It's almost like you're funny.
Yeah, it's almost like I can be funny when the moon is in the right position in the sky and the stars have aligned. So no FF10 highlights? Yeah, no FF10 highlights either. I think the Recom highlights are funnier than the FF10 ones, although I do enjoy the Titus voice. Anytime I get to do that, I'm happy. Do you dislike the Titus voice, or are you a fan of that?
I like
Tread lightly. You like it?
But I also like the laugh scene.
Me too. Yeah, we're pro laugh scene in our relationship, so.
No, the Titus voice is good. The Titus voice is good.
Yeah, no, the voice doesn't sound like him, but it's a fun character. Like I like doing the voice.
Yeah, no, I mean, what's my least favorite impression of yours?
You don't like Bentley. I feel like you don't like Kronk. I feel like you don't like...
I hate that every woman is Kronk.
No, not every, because I do Aqua and Aerith, but in terms of the other I can't do a Yuffie voice, you know?
Why not?
Because there's nothing to that, you know?
Why? What does that mean?
Like there's no like with Aerith and Aqua, it's just they're so bland, you know? I think I can kind of do a Larxene voice because she's got this mean energy. Give me a line that she says.
Oh, I don't know. You're the Cage guy, not me.
Yeah, I guess you're not. Let me think. What's a I can't think of any Larxene line. How could I lose to such a bunch of losers? Something like that. See, I'm not built for it. I didn't ask you for your garbage opinion. Something like that. Yeah, that was a bit of vodka
I think Yuffie's a little silly girl too.
No, but can anybody do a Yuffie impression besides the people who voiced her? A cereal bowl would make a better vessel than you.
But then,
it's not even an impression. I'm not even close to hitting that same octave.
Here's the thing, though.
We already did an impressions tier list, babe.
No.
Sup? I'm a fucking Thor. I'm here to block you.
Not my question. Not my question. Yeah. Not my question. I feel like all the dudes sound the same.
Well, I think it's tougher when I'm a dude having to voice a lady. How did
Demyx and Axel not sound the same?
How does Demyx and Axel not sound the same?
Yeah.
I think they're wildly different voices. Maybe I have a different perspective because I'm more easily able to access the dude voices. I'm not getting as close to a Larxene voice as I am to an Axel or a Xigbar voice.
Here's the thing too. I wish we could hear the same line read by both people.
I think that'd be very interesting.
I feel like because it's Axel says hello as opposed to Demyx being
don't
dance
be mad.
Or dance. I think it's just because it's those words being said.
I think the writing definitely informs how we interpret the voices for sure. Axel is give me an Axel quote, chat. I need quotes. I can't think of any. You're putting me on the spot, and now I can't think. Do they both say traitor? They do. Demyx says silence traitor. Axel says, remember the orders. Wait, can I do the Axel line from Days where he's like, "Did you know you should be checking your ice cream sticks?" That's my favorite Axel line. Yeah, have you been checking your ice cream sticks? So stupid. Why do I always get stuck with the icky jobs? That's like a more subdued one. But he goes, I like my Axel voice is when he's yelling, you know? Like my Axel voice / personality is based off of when he's screaming at somebody. What's your problem? Like that, you know? And then Demyx never screams, really, besides when he's dying. He goes, oh, no way! That's my Demyx. Itchy! Yeah, when Axel itches his head all the time in Days. All right, we've gotten way off the rails. We finished our assignment. I really appreciate all of you again tuning in and helping us at RomSom and the regular GF for stopping in and talking this out with me. It was so nice to have you back.
Absolutely.
And I guess Thursday we're going to be doing Vodka's Taylor Swift or KH quote part 2. Taylor Swift lyric versus KH quote. He's got to pick out the KH quote. And then we plan on playing BBS today, but as we got through this, I realized, we're not going to make it to BBS. So we might have to delay the end of that because the bracket is so thick. But I would have rather have talked through this with regular GF than grind for Ven trophies today anyway. So I had a lot of fun. You know where to find me. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Discord. I'm on Patreon. Regularpat.com. What do you have going on, baby? Anything to plug?
We're
going on vacation in April.
Huh?
That's what we have going on. We're going on vacation.
You're right. I'm also plugging in my lights.
You're plugging in your lights.
Yeah.
You're plugging in a lamp. Fair enough. Yeah, I didn't invite the chat. I'm sorry.
Regular go.
Maybe next year. Maybe for our 2nd anniversary, I'll invite the Twitch chat to come with us.
Yeah, we'll do a
That's
meetup.
right. Yeah, she is the regular goat. And I think that's it. So
thank you, Jungle Wine. I appreciate the cat pets.
Let me see if I can get a raid going here. Raid channel. My bio's not playing right now. Oh, someone was lying. Okay, well, never mind. All right, so we're gonna leave it off. Yeah, be safe, be kind, be courteous. I'll see you on Thursday, and take it easy. Bye,
Bye everybody.